Previously on Twin...
So we left it where, well, you know what, Matthias, why don't you get us, because maybe where we left off is not where we're starting.
Okay, here we go.
Are we going to start the episode now?
'Twas the night before night owl, and all through the jail, not a creature was stirring, not even a dire quail.
Huh.
You all went to sleep with dreams of level ups in your head, not knowing that very soon you might all be dead. Breaking from that.
Why? You don't got more?
Who was keeping watch first at night? You were all kind of tending to your stuff, so I'm going to assume that at least one of you was awake as you were going through your level uply business of reflecting and thinking and healing.
I don't know. I feel like I had the least like physical involvement right up until we held that Stone of Golorr. So I don't know did that take a lot out of me? Would I be sapped?
Maybe, yeah, mentally you'd
Okay.
be feeling very,
Yeah.
very
So
tired.
probably not me then.
I was still in pretty good shape. I think I'd be taking the first watch.
Okay, make a wisdom save, Ylka.
Wow.
Just like that, welcome to the show.
Yeah, holy shit, we're playing D&D.
Roll for initiative. What?
Yeah. Classic DM trick.
17.
18.
Nice.
18, okay. From the bag of holding that is laying by Scoot's sleeping body, you see a small stone that seems to have rolled out of the top of the bag, and it's laying on the ground next to him. You feel a slight pull towards the stone, but you manage to kind of shake it off, and you feel this weird mental buzzing kind of at the nape of your neck, as if it's beckoning to you.
Is it the shape of an avocado?
Well, upon closer look, it's not really. It's the size of an avocado. It's sort of an oval shape, kind of like a kumquat.
Kumquat.
A kumquat.
Good.
Yes.
Excellent.
As long as we're using fruits for reference.
All right. So this rock came out and kind of mentally chirped at me that I should come be friends with it, and I
Yes.
resisted it.
Yes.
Avocado's a fruit?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
got a stone, like a peach.
Cool.
And you kind of hear some whispering in your head, sort of. What do you do?
Well, I saw what happened to Scoot, so I'm not going to go pick up the rock. I might sit a little closer and see if I can hear anything in these whispers, but I don't want to touch it.
Okay. Okay, you hear a voice in your head. The same voice that spoke to Scoot when he touched it. And in a low, unearthly growl, you hear it address you, and it says, "Daughter of Death."
Hello? Hi? Do I think at it, or does it hear my speech? I'm going to try thinking at it first.
First.
Hello, that which lives in the rock.
Nice.
It doesn't reply. But
Oh.
Scoot, you hear Ylka talking. You're thinking this, you said.
I'm thinking
Never
it.
mind. So you don't hear Ylka talking yet. It seems to be humming slightly, almost like a phone vibrating on the ground. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me, kind of that like stand by me rhythm it's setting up. It's probably going to spark me thinking about a song I could write that matches up with that rhythm. So I'm going to unsling my concertina and start playing something that matches up with its buzzing.
Okay. This wakes up Scoot and Lark. Zay seems to be asleep still. You hear Ylka playing a soft song on her concertina.
That's lovely.
I-
That's lovely.
My favorite ringtone.
I was really trying to sleep, though.
And you all hear this sort of buzzing coming from the stone. It's almost mental as much as it is physical.
As soon as I sense that it's a stone, I just put my hands up. I say, not it. I already done that once.
Good, I thought you had that in the bag.
It was in the bag.
Fell out.
How
It
did
started buzzing.
It fell out.
Air
I think
quotes.
it vibrated its
air
way
quotes.
out.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, you can have it. I don't care that much
I don't think
anymore.
we should touch it. Bad stuff happens.
You hear the voice, all three of you hear the voice saying, "The treasure you seek shall be revealed."
It keeps doing this creepy whisper shit. Stuff.
That was terrifying. That was the stone?
Yeah, it called me a daughter of death. Y'all were asleep, but
Cool.
right, like
Yeah.
that could be my new tagline.
Yeah. I feel like that's sort of your brand.
Yeah. Your wrestling gimmick.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, wait, the treasure we seek, I already forgot what the stone said.
Yeah, I did
Shall
too.
be revealed.
I started
be
thinking
revealed?
of
Okay.
I'm having flashbacks to Cthulhu trying to eat the dolphin. That's the memory I had.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't I tell you guys this?
No,
When
I fell asleep right away.
Oh yeah, you might have been sleeping when I was talking about it. I touched the stone, and then I had all these visions of the world and a dolphin, and then this big, I think, tentacle thing with teeth. I don't know. It's been a while. I think that's close. That's what I remember.
Freaky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about a treasure being revealed, so I don't.
I like treasure.
I think and
Lark,
I think in your excitement, you should grab that stone.
Lark, you feel an especially strong pull towards the stone. Make a wisdom save.
Good man.
10.
10. You hear the same voice that has spoken before say to you, "Son of the night." And then you feel a compulsion to pick up the stone.
Okay. Like an irresistible compulsion to pick up the stone?
Yes.
Okay. I go pick up the stone.
Good.
I got
job.
it.
What are you
Nice.
doing?
And as soon as Lark touches the stone, he keels over with his eyes racing REM style. And Lark, you have a vision.
Oh, God.
You feel these flashing images pour through your body. You get it, like you're flashing through all these memories of your life going backwards in time, and suddenly you're in bed at home at the Wave Silver Estate. You're a young child again, and your mother is reading you a story, a tale about Rowan Crooks, and you're getting sleepier and sleepier, and she sets the book down thinking that you're asleep, but you're faking it, and you're watching her through the cracks in your eyelids. And she gets up and sets down the tome, peeks out the hallway outside, then pulls on a torch on the wall, which rotates the wall, a secret door, and she disappears around the corner. You feel a faint smell of roses, and then you wake up, holding the stone.
Is this a memory or a vision?
It's a vision.
Whoa, I just had a crazy vision about my mom and a secret passage in my bedroom.
Are you
That sounds normal.
hurt at all?
I don't think so.
It just gives you a vision?
You actually feel kind of optimistic.
I feel great.
That's really cool.
That did not happen to me. I felt like ass.
What was the vision?
My mom was reading me a story, and then I pretended like I was asleep, and she left, or she looked around to see if anyone was watching, and she pulled on a torch on the wall, and there was like a revolving secret passage
We should
in
go-
my house.
So if we go to your house, there's a secret passage.
There might be.
But
I don't know. It's a vision, but
The Rock is also telling us there's a demon monster tentacle thing at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, that likes dolphins.
Yeah. I should touch the rock and see what happens.
I throw it to you really quickly, like hot potato style.
I instinctively catch the rock.
And you immediately pass out and kind of slump against the wall, concertina hanging loose. And same thing happens. REMs, visions, the reality kind of blurs and distorts and twists kaleidoscopically around you. And all of a sudden you wake up and you're viewing the Graalhund crypt, but it's in pristine condition, almost like it's brand new. It's been built recently. You see an elderly man sweating and looking very like he's under a lot of stress, and he has a concertina at his hip, and he's clutching a massive diamond over a stone casket. He clenches his fist and crushes the diamond into dust in his palm before a slamming sound fills the room from the top of the crypt, the main entrance to the crypt. You hear this echoing booming. He rushes to a body laying in a casket in the middle of the crypt, and it's your body, Ylka, laying there. And he sprinkles the diamond dust onto the body and then plunges a knife into your heart. You hear the door slamming open up above, and then he lays the concertina over the wound, and then the vision ends. And you wake up again in the jail cell with your friends. No stomach wound, nothing.
Whoa.
What'd you see?
I think I saw how I died.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
this
it was-
stone is awesome.
It was at our crypt, but it wasn't all falling apart and decrepit. And there was an old guy with a rock like a diamond, but he crushed it with his hand, and then he stabbed me and sprinkled diamond dust on me and left me the concertina.
Huh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And as you're talking about this, all of a sudden, you feel this sort of pull, like a physical pull from the back of your neck, jerking you all towards the stone. You feel the same sensation of holding the stone when you first touched it. And it's almost like this thing kind of has your number now that you've all touched it. And reality warps and twists around you, and you all kind of slump over around the stone as this voice whispers to you. He says,
"Prove that the spirit of kindness flows from your heart, and the treasure you seek shall be revealed."
and all of a sudden these flashes of images of cities rising and falling, and rivers drying up and flowing again, and rainstorms and snowstorms swirl around you, and you feel this tumbling sensation of vertigo as the three of you kind of fly through time and space, and all of a sudden you land with a boom in a big snowbank. It's very chilly.
Cool.
You still have all your
Whoa.
stuff. Zay is not there.
Do we still not have our weapons?
You have your weapons, weirdly enough.
Cool.
My stuff's back.
Wow. Is this real?
Must be.
You two are here. It looks real.
So you're all like half submerged in a
Are all
snowbank
four
right
of us
now.
here, or
Zay is not.
Zay's not here?
She didn't touch the rock.
She didn't get to come. That's right.
Zay.
So we're buried in the snowbank, or do we have to dig our way out?
Well, you've all kind of popped your heads out at this point to talk to each other, sort of like gophers. And as you look around, you see that you're in a sort of a windswept plain. There seems to be a river nearby, maybe 50 feet off, a really wide river, at least 100 feet, 200 feet. It kind of disappears into fog towards that direction. The opposite direction from the snowbank that you're in, it looks like a small hamlet. There's a large pine tree at the center of a few stone buildings. They seem of an architectural style you're not familiar with, unless you want to roll knowledge or something. They're not Waterdavian buildings. I roll perception, everyone. Let's see what you get.
Okie dokie.
5.
Also 5.
Suckers. 7.
Ooh, Scoot with the spicy 7.
7.
You're all too bewildered and a little bit mentally groggy from what just happened to really take in any details of your surroundings. But, Scoot,
Yeah.
you do hear softly near the river a low sobbing sound, like a man crying. Sort of a bo ho 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 ho. Bo ho ho ho.
I hear something terribly, terribly awkward over by the river.
What?
You should go check it out, Lark.
Oh.
I'll go too. I just don't want to talk to who's there.
Oh.
Like dangerous?
No,
Should
like
I
like
draw my sword.
socially uncomfortable.
Oh,
Oh.
I put my sword back.
Yeah, you can't stab awkwardness.
No.
It doesn't fix it.
Oh, you can try.
Okay, I head.
You crane around, and about 200 feet away, kind of through the fog, you see, looks like a dwarf standing by the river, wearing kind of a nondescript brown outfit,
Yeah, that. That's
and
all.
a smaller dwarf standing next to him, sort of comforting him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
What's that? Oh, come here and know me better, man.
Sure, I will be right over. I guess. Should
Yeah,
we
I
head
jump
over
up
there?
out of the snowbank
All right.
and follow you.
Punk, punk. It's really easy.
All right.
The weather's pretty clear.
Trot over towards them.
Okay. You see before you two dwarves, an older dwarf with a big bushy brown beard, and a smaller one, looks like a girl dwarf, like a young female dwarf, with sort of a blanket wrapped around her, and she's kind of patting him on the back as he tries to rein in these sobs. His cheeks are very flushed. And as he sees you, his big bushy brows furrow, and he says, "Are you the help that I sent a message for? I sent a message to the Wizard of the West."
What?
You
Sure.
know, we might be. How
Yes.
can we help?
It's the answer.
Well, a very convincing answer. Look, I originally sent a message to your master looking for assistance with the beast haunting our waters, but I have a much grander problem now.
Oh no! What's your grand problem? Wait, go back to the beast. I feel like maybe that was important too.
What's
Look, every year on the winter solstice, my daughters and I would make little toys for all the other dwarven families. But this afternoon, as we were getting ready to deliver them all this evening, it's winter solstice eve after all, it's what we do every year, we all were poisoned, I believe, by some malefactor, some evil wizard. And when I came to, all the toys were gone, all the gadgets, And my daughter,
No.
Zuzu.
Zuzu. Oh no.
Yes. It's just me now. Me and Navi, my eldest.
Oh, hi, Navi. Nice to meet you. And what is your name, sir?
Gorge.
Hi, Gorge.
Gorge Bailey Brew.
That's great.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Yes. No. Hi, Gorge Bailey Brew.
This is our humble home by Zedford Falls. What?
Nothing.
It's fine.
Nothing. Nothing at
So,
all, sir.
It sounds like you most of all need some help finding your daughter. But could you tell us about this beast?
Yes. Well, I don't know much about it as the water's been frozen for weeks, but we've been noticing a dark shape lurking below the ice, and I believe that some of the evil occurrences recently may be related to it, as if it's drawing them to us. I believe the wizard that attacked us may have been connected to it.
We're pretty good with dark, spooky beasts.
Well, my first priority is my missing daughter, so I believe I know where she may have been taken. There were some tracks in the snow, some sled tracks, and he points towards this looks like you can see a large sled trail, like something dragging in the snow. Recently has left this hamlet and traveled towards the river. And he points towards the river and says, "Look in the distance. Do you see the light above the trees?" You don't really see much of a light. It's sort of twilight right now. It's going to be nighttime. And there's lots of fog in that direction. It seems like the east, the northeast. But you do, every once in a while, in the fog above this tree line on the opposite side of the river, see a faint red light, maybe 40 or 50 feet up towards the woods.
Yes, I see a faint red light, maybe 40 or 50 feet up towards the woods.
Your sense of direction and scale are impeccable. Truly, you must be the right people for the job. Look, I need your help. I need to watch my daughter Navi. But if you could go and find Zuzu, I believe she may have been taken to my grandmother's tower, deep in the woods.
Your grandmother? Who's your grandmother?
Zaka Bailey Brew.
Oh, why would your daughter have been taken to your grandmother's?
I don't know, but it seems the trail leads that direction, so maybe my grandmother's in trouble too.
Oh no, Zaka is your grandmother?
Yes.
Okay.
She has many tomes in her tower. We call
Great.
it Zaka's Tomi Tower.
Oh, God.
Wonderful.
Good.
What?
That's great.
Nothing,
It's fine.
Gorge.
Nothing.
And as you're talking, the little girl dwarf walks up to you, Lark, and takes the shawl off her back and hands it to you and says, "This is my fleece.
Oh,
I want you to have it."
thank you, Navi. I take Navi's fleece.
And it's as soon as you take it, you feel this sense of gladness and warmth, and the cold from the snow no longer affects you. You feel just at peace with the world and this sense of joy that's completely out of the blue for what's going on.
I start giving everybody hugs.
Yeah. And they give you hugs back right away. They're very friendly dwarves. She says, "Yes, my father made this fleece for me. It's the fleece. I call it the fleece of Navi's dad,
God damn it!
Good name.
or the fleece of Navi dad.
Thank you, Navi.
It has embroidery on the side. You can see it.
Not even writing this down.
What does it say on the side?
Prospero año y felicidad," which is ancient dwarvish for a merry winter solstice.
Oh, thank you for the translation. I didn't know. I don't speak Dwarven, so this is helpful.
It's my most prized possession, but I want you to have it as long as you're helping us.
Okay,
That's
thanks.
the spirit of winter solstice, after all.
That is true.
That's a spicy sort of ancient dwarvish, isn't it?
Well, it's a dialect.
Sweet.
All right, so I have Navi's fleece.
The fleece of Navi's dad.
Fleece of Navi's
This is
dad.
Navi's
All right, great. Thank you, Navi. I think we should head over to Nakatomi Zaka's Tomi Tower. Zaka's Tomi Tower, and see if we can find Zuzu.
Good.
We can do this. We'll get your daughter back before you even know that she was. Well, you already know, but before
Soon. Very
we'll get her
soon.
very fast.
Okay, well, it's Solstice Eve, so if you can be back before midnight, that would be good. If you
Yeah, I hear that's how these things work.
Yeah.
can, look, should I come with you? I mean, I could keep an eye on Navi, and we could trail behind maybe.
Sure,
Yeah,
if that's what
maybe
you would
yeah.
I
suggest.
really want to know what happened to Zuzu and Zaka, so
Okay, yeah, follow, but at a safe distance.
very well.
Unless you have something really important and punny to say to us, and then you can draw closer.
Well, let's see. Zuzu, she has curly red hair. She really liked flowers. So if you see anything floral, that's a sign that maybe she's been there.
Okay.
Also, I know that around Solstice, the ghosts of Solstice past
No.
tend to come to life. So
No.
keep your eyes open.
Okay. Okay. That sounds. Thank you for the suggestions, Gorge Bailey Brew.
Oh yes, of course.
We'll get Zuzu back to Zedford Falls. You're staying close, right? Or did you decide because you gave us
Yes.
these hints now?
You take the lead, and we'll
Okay.
we'll trail behind.
All right. I start to follow the sleigh tracks.
I
Right.
follow right behind him.
I just go, the whole way.
Come on,
What's
Scoot!
the matter, my tall half-orc friend? Not a
Not-
Solstice guy?
No, not anymore. Was until now.
Mm.
It's like a World of Warcraft seasonal event happening right now.
You're not starting a war on Solstice, are you?
No, I'm not.
Hey, Scoot, you look like you're not enjoying this. Do you want to borrow the fleece of Navi's
Nope,
dad?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. No, I'm good.
I could play some Solstice carols to brighten your spirits.
Oh, that's a good
Nope.
idea, Ylka.
Nope. Nope. You can if you want to, but not for me. I'm making no requests.
Yeah, I'll sing.
I would love that.
Me too.
Excellent.
I only like Girl from Ipanema. That's it.
I unsling my
Zipanema.
concertina and immediately start playing medleys of the best Solstice carols I know.
What's the best? What's your favorite?
Stumped her.
IRL Beth is struggling against my actual favorites. Zod Resti, Merry Gentlemen.
Oh yeah, Zod.
Yes, the tale about the ancient ghost lord that haunted the streets until someone showed him kindness.
And by trapping him in a mirror and sending him
Yeah,
into
I was gonna
space. Zod, yes, you're married. I sing along. I love that one too.
Mm-hmm. Roll perception, everyone, as you get to the river bank.
Oh man, I'm hot today.
How did I go less?
I
than
keep
that?
hitting my other dice. 7.
Crit fail.
Oh god,
I am so wrapped up
you're
in my
the
music.
worst.
6
Jesus.
You got an 11, Lark?
No,
Oh,
a
a
7.
combined. We almost got.
Okay. The trail seems to disappear at the riverbank. So there's just a cold, windswept, icy plain ahead of you. And the fog seems to sort of obscure the pine trees far in the distance over the river.
And through the woods.
Well, that's where grandmother's house is.
Oh god.
So what do you do?
We should look for a trail so we can keep going.
Let's see.
How do you do that?
Well, I've got survival. But could I use that to kind of scout, see if I see anything?
Mhm.
Something off of persuasion, which was I just want another roll. This has to be better. 11.
11. With an 11, you notice that even though the windswept river shelf is completely smooth, there's no trails, no vegetation really, it's just a wide, wide river. You do see sprinkled every so often, maybe 10 to 20 feet apart, a small rose petal.
Ooh, yep.
Flowers.
I think, there's flowers. There's a trail of flowers.
Oh, that's what Navi's dad said would be the place to follow.
Lo, how a rose are blooming.
Oh.
Ah, yes, that's what Zuzu would always say. She would collect their petals. And Gorge runs to one of them and takes it. He's like, yes, this is Zuzu's petal. I'm going to put it in my pocket. And he stores it.
I charge ahead following the trail of petals.
She must have left a trail. Very well, let's go.
I follow Ylka.
And Navi says, let's go.
That follow everyone.
All right. You make it about halfway across the river, like 100 feet. The wind starts to pick up, and the fog starts to get thicker. Your vision is at about 50 feet now. And suddenly you see before you several, like laying on the snow in the middle of the river, various hats. You see a top hat. You see some military helmets, a straw hat, sort of a jester cap. What do you do?
Do all of us see the hats, or it's just
Yes,
Ylka?
you all see. They're very obvious.
So we got military hats. Straw hats.
Jester top hat.
Jester top hats.
Gorge, do any of your children play dress up with hats?
No, Gorge is frozen and kind of protecting Navi, but he doesn't look scared, just concerned. He says, "These must be the ghosts of Solstice past."
The hats?
Yes,
What?
their hats, their spirits stay with their hats.
How many hats are there?
There are 9.
Oh my god, that's a lot of spirits of Solstice past.
What happened?
Approach carefully.
Should we touch them or not touch them? Gorge.
As you're debating, the center top hat springs to life and sort of summons snow from the riverbank into a snowy figure of a dwarf, like a dwarf made of snow, wearing a top hat. And he says, "Happy birthday!"
It's not my birthday, but thank you.
And as he says that, the other hats slowly rise to life as well in various dwarven shapes, male, female, young, old. Some of them seem very stoic. Some seem kind of lackadaisical. One of them has a huge snowy beard. And when he sees Gorge, is like, "Ho, ho, 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 ho!" And Gorge is like, "Grandfather Nicholas, is that you?" The dwarf is like, "Yes, Gorge, you made it out for the family gathering of spirits. So kind of you." Gorge is like, "Yes, I brought friends. Grandfather Nicholas, we're in a bit of a bother. Zuzu's been taken, I believe, by an evil wizard." And the grandfather dwarf looks at the 4 of you, the 3 of you, and the 2 dwarves, and says, "Who might you be?"
We're the hired help.
We're generally good at fighting badness.
"Is that the fleece of Navi's dad you're wearing?"
It is, and it makes me feel so happy. You want to try it on?
I'm afraid that if I did, it might melt me, but it's worth a shot.
I
the
quickly
season.
put the fleece of Navi's dad on the snow dwarf.
And he starts to steam.
Oh, I'll take it off really fast.
He says, "Ooh, that was nice. Thank you, though."
Yeah, I thought you looked like you started to melt, and I got nervous.
The grandfather looks the 3 of you coolly in the eyes and says, "If you're going into the woods, I have a warning for you.
Oh.
Dire beings have taken a hold of these woods. Dangerous beings. Answer my riddles, and I will provide you with the knowledge you need to survive."
Okay,
And Gorge is like, "Oh, of course, the
I'm bad at
traditional
these.
Solstice riddles."
I think I'm probably pretty good.
Okay. Let's
try it.
"You, tall orcish one. Where does a snow dwarf keep his money?"
Oh no!
I know this one.
In the snowbank.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yay!
Do you have any questions you'd like answered?
Ooh.
We have the knowledge of decades of dwarven family and lore.
I can't think of any good questions.
Hundreds of years, centuries.
Ask about the dire beings, Scoot.
Yeah. How many dire beings are there?
Well, there are countless dire beings, but in the woods ahead, there is one particular being that arrived last night and brought this fog with it.
Ooh.
It is called the Krampus.
Oh no.
God.
It's the Krampus.
That sounds
Beware
especially
the
dire.
Krampus. It has a massive sack, which it uses to kidnap young and old alike.
Can't even look at you while you're
Oh,
doing
no.
this.
Krampus's
Krampus-
massive sack sounds
Krampus is
terrifying
massive.
to me.
The power of the Krampus was summoned by an even more diabolical beast.
What?
Yes. Wizard, potentially. Perhaps something even more evil.
Then a wizard?
Yes, I have a really strong prejudice towards wizards. I was killed by a wizard. You want to talk about it?
No.
Good. And as he's talking, the drunken dwarf in the top hat saunters up to you and says, "I've got a riddle for you too."
Okay, what's your riddle?
Ah. What did the snow woman do when she was upset with the snowman?
I got nothing on
Take
this
your
one.
time, it's all right.
She
I've got forever.
That's sad.
Kicked him in the snowballs.
I like that one better. I was going to say she gave him the cold shoulder, but it's all right. It's a better answer. Taking that one to the grave. All the dwarves are rolling in the snow at that. All right. I have one clue for you. Beware the pain deer.
Pain deer.
For they are numerous
The numerous
Oh,
pain
and
deer.
fanged.
No.
Fangs?
Fanged.
Why are they fanged pain deer? Who gave him teeth?
Oh god.
The same wizard. / potentially more evil beast.
Sweet. Do you know if the Krampus has any weakness?
They I didn't look up traditional Krampus folklore, so bear with me, anybody who actually treasures the Krampus myth. Yes, the Krampus has a very famous weakness. Music.
Shit damn.
It prefers silence, the silence of freshly fallen snow.
I'm on this.
Very good. And you, my small human friend.
Yes, hi.
One last riddle for you.
Okay.
What do vampires get when they attack snow people?
Frostbite.
Exactly. Think about that.
Oh.
Think about that. Think about that. Think about that.
Thank you,
All
spirits.
They all start to fade.
Wait, who-
Beware the ghosts of Solstice present
Okay.
in the woods.
I thought you were the ghosts of Solstice.
No, past.
Solstice
Oh, you're
past.
Solstice past. Okay.
Solstice past.
Thank you, ghosts.
And the
Snow
hats,
ghosts.
The hats settle upon the snow again.
That was weird.
That was super weird. There are a bunch of them crowded around us. I was starting to feel claustrophobic.
Oh, like my cousin Klaus.
Yes.
He lives to the west by the
Oh,
sea.
that's a funny coincidence.
yes.
Yeah, interesting.
And
That's Scott.
Gorge and Navi are just sort of paying their respects at this point. The three of you, as the
Scoot has resting Grinch face.
I'm gonna real softly play some Zold Lang Syne
Oh,
over
yeah.
the hats and
Mhm. They
send
kind
them
of-
on their merry
They
way.
kind of hum slightly. They wiggle the hats in the snow. And as you're doing that and looking at the hats, you suddenly feel a sort of a tremor on the ice, and a massive, dark shape kind of courses under the ice.
Whoa, Gorge! There was the monster.
Gorge is like, yes, that was the one. We should be moving.
I don't think it likes my music.
No, let's go quick. We got to get over the river and through the woods.
Do we see more rose petals?
You do, yep.
All
at
right,
about the same
I
intervals.
keep scampering off after the rose petals.
And pretty much immediately once you reach the opposite bank, a huge pine forest, sort of old growth between like 30 and 50 feet, takes up. And there is a path kind of winding through the snow, but as you make your way into the woods, the recent snowfall seems to obscure the path completely. So how do you want to proceed?
So there's no visible path through the forest.
The rose petals lead into the forest, and then they seem to be covered in snow. It starts to snow as you reach this bank, and it
Okay.
seems like the recent snow has covered them.
But there's no like cleared path through the woods. It's just like a thick forest.
Yes, and the fog at this point, along with the snow, has picked up so much that it's really tough to figure out what's going on in there. Like there's no clear trail.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights in front of us and see if that helps us see anything.
Yes, the 4 lights flicker into existence and flutter ahead. The
They're
is
glowing red and green this time.
red and green. Do they like flash back and forth?
Yeah, if you watch carefully, it kind of does that ba 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 ba. Yeah, like if you watch it.
Yeah, there's a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Is
You
that
can
just Ylka
very,
humming
very
it, or-
faintly hear sleigh bells.
Ah, beautiful. Navi is just taken by that, and she like cuddles close to you and is like, "This is amazing. I really hope we find Zuzu because this has been a really wonderful solstice. Aside from, my missing sister,
And all the toys being stolen.
trying to be pragmatic about it.
Do you want the fleece back? I feel like maybe your optimism is being diminished somewhat.
We can share it.
Okay, I'll take a turn. I switch it back with
Okay. And as you're entering the woods, it does get colder as well, and so sharing the fleece seems to help. Scoot, are you partaking in the
No,
fleece as well?
I'm going it rough.
Okay, so you got like the icicles forming on your nose,
Yep.
and like all the snot. And
Yep, this is classic northern sort of seafaring sort of stuff.
Mhm.
I'm still kind of used to this.
It's like a point of pride.
Scoot, you
almost.
should really try this fleece. It'll help your resting Grinch face.
I'll consider that note and no.
Okay, so
I'm just gonna keep see what happens.
so you're trudging into the woods. The snow rises up to like your kneecaps. It's getting kind of deep. It's this freshly fallen snow, and it is shockingly quiet as you get into the woods. The old growth trees kind of block out whatever sunlight was left. It gets very dark, and it's very quiet at first until all of a sudden you hear the faint cawing of crows every so often. How do you want to proceed? Just kind of move in one direction and try to suss your way out, or do you have any tack?
I don't know. Do we think the crows are?
Yeah, let's go towards the crows.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
can we see the red light in the sky or whatever?
Not from where you are. If you were to go upwards, to
Ooh,
treetops maybe.
go upwards.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any tall tree around?
Many.
Many tall trees. Is there anyone that seems sturdier and more climbable?
Yes, the one that the crow noises are coming from is this huge, maybe like 5 foot diameter tree trunk pine. It's like a fir tree.
5 foot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. And do I still have these fancy new boots on?
You certainly do.
All right. Well, I think it's time to try these guys out.
Your new boots?
I have new boots.
I'm
You're going to
excited.
try them out? Are they like tree climbing boots?
They are almost.
Okay.
They are
Cool.
almost that.
They're highly fashionable.
Yeah. So these were these oil wicking away boots that I found in the Growlhund estate.
Yeah, I
that
don't
I've-
understand how that helps with climbing trees.
Well, it's going to give me a good start.
Okay.
Um,
Do it, Scoot.
So this will allow me, these are technically called the boots of striding and springing, which will give me triple the jump.
I love that Scoot just has a technical name for the boots.
You know what? That was for the people who who have
A
a
little
DM
metagaming.
Yeah, a little DM manual in front of them.
certainly.
Otherwise, I could just say, "Hey, I can jump high now."
You can?
Yeah.
Let's see.
All
How
right.
high? I dare you.
Did you
So-
try this in the jail? I feel like it would have smashed your head against the ceiling.
I'm not in the jail. I'm in a forest right
when we
now.
were in the jail.
I didn't then. No,
You weren't testing it out.
I want
No.
to see it.
I didn't. No, this is the first time. So, I'm trying to find something good and stable to grab on. I'm looking around trying to gauge just how high I'll probably be able to jump, and I'll probably. I don't know. Do we think I'll over or underestimate? I can jump.
Well, if you miss the branch, you can catch it on the way back down,
Okay.
if I recall the song.
I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go and jump as high and try to catch a branch so I can start climbing up.
Yeah, make an
further.
athletics roll for this.
That's gonna be 17.
Wow, great success. You shimmy your way up the tree, Scoot,
Cool.
bounding from branch to branch.
Nice.
There's enough traction and things to grab onto, like the branches are dense enough that you don't need to do like really crazy leaps, and you can just like hold on to stuff and kind of nimbly bounce your way up.
Cool.
So you make your way to the top of the tree.
Yep. So high enough so that I can kind of look for the lights and get a bearing, see if there's anything interesting around.
You kind of disturb some crows on your way up, and they kind of caw away and then circle back around to the tree again. They seem to really like this tree. And once you get to the top, you see in the distance, maybe 400 feet away, a stone tower.
Okay.
Like traditional wizard tower. No big pointy top. It has crenellations on the top again, kind of like the Growlhund crypt. So it's got this kind of castle top. But there is a bright, warm red light coming from a window near the top.
Okay. So as best as possible, I want to indicate to the people below.
We're all
okay,
cheering.
Yeah. I'm gonna just kind of direct that way. Just sort of points from up here, so I don't have to try to climb down and then indicate again.
Yeah, and you have some dancing lights swirling around you, so everyone can see the directions you're.
Okay. So yeah, I'm pointing. Yep. That way.
I wave back.
I see a tower. Down there.
Oh, he's pointing, not waving.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Look there.
You're far away. I couldn't hear you.
Now I'm doing thrusts
Oh.
with my hand rather than.
He's
this
dancing.
motion.
Look
Yep.
at him.
No, not what I'm doing.
Oh.
Lark, stop
What?
it. Pay attention. That way.
Ah.
He knows what way we should go.
Yeah.
You think he's saying we should go that way?
Yes, that's why he went up the tree.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Also,
Thanks, Scoot.
You did it.
Is there? Do I notice a reason why the crows would be interested in this tree from up here? Is it just higher than? Is there something around or?
You notice a lot of holly and ivy on the tree.
Okay,
But that's about it.
that's about it. Great.
Yeah.
That-
There's nothing there's no carvings or anything.
You could write a song about that, Ylka.
It's true. They're
Yeah.
both beautiful
Yeah,
plants.
this tree actually has a little crown of holly and ivy on the top. This one bears the crown.
Of all the trees that are in the wood.
That's
Oh,
right.
Great.
Wow, nice.
Awesome.
It's-
I get out of this fucking tree.
And you reach the bottom, you reach the ground again with a soft thump.
Thump.
It echoes, and there's silence all around you. You notice that the crows have also stopped cawing as you thump down on the ground.
Well, it was just all up in their business. So
Scoot, that was amazing.
I know.
I can't believe how fast you climbed that tree.
I jumped most of it.
Yeah, it was like the best. It was like a tree climbing boots.
Yeah.
It's the best jumping
Boots
I've
of
ever
tree
seen
climbing.
you do.
Yeah, until the next time I do it. Wait till we get to this tower.
And your laughter echoes through the woods.
Fair.
It's getting weird. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's head to the direction that Scoot danced towards.
Fine.
You have a really hard time almost telling what direction it is because the snow has started to really pick up, and visibility is like maybe 15 feet at this point.
Man, the weather outside is frightful, you guys. Let's get going.
Yeah. Are the dancing lights helping any?
They are, but as they kind of swirl around the group, once Scoot gets back down again, you see that Gorge and Navi are missing.
Oh, no.
Guys, we lost them.
What the hell's going on?
How could we even? I was paying so much attention to Scoot. I searched for their tracks. Are there any around?
There are not. The snow is covering any tracks.
Oh, God.
All right. Which way did I point?
Over there. And I do like a disco point, kind of hip thrust, finger out sort of thing.
I charge off in that direction.
Okay, Ylka charges forward. Ylka, as you run past the next tree, suddenly a huge 15-foot wide bag comes like looping around the tree and slamming down right to where you would be, but you manage to avoid it at the last second, and this huge satchel slams down onto the snow. The loudest noise you all have heard in the last couple minutes. And holding this bag is this maybe 15-foot tall, horned creature with a long, scraggly black beard and hooves and this weird cloak with bulges and spines coming out of it. And it, as it misses you, it growls at you. It goes, roll for initiative.
I'm going to replace that noise with a honk from Untitled Goose Game.
Okay, this dice is... I'm going to still roll the same one. I have to get a good roll at some point. God damn it.
22 for Ylka.
Holy balls.
10 for Lark. I'm getting a new die.
Also 10.
Oh,
But I've got lower decks, so I'm guessing that... Lark
still
will
going
first.
last, baby.
That's what I like.
Ylka, you go first.
All right. I'm gonna start with a cantrip and chill touch against the Krampus, and cast a ghostly skeletal hand to clutch it right in the heart and assail it with the chill of the grave.
Very good. Make an attack roll. It's a ranged attack, right?
Yep.
Ranged spell attack or ranged touch attack? Ranged touch? No. Magic touch.
16.
Yep, hits.
Sweet. 1d8 necrotic.
Right into the blueberries.
3 necrotic, and it can't be healed until the start of its next turn.
Ooh.
Is it undead?
If it's undead,
If
what,
it is
If
undead,
it's undead.
it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of the next turn.
Very good.
nice.
It seems to almost shake it off, but as you really focus on the heart of this thing, at the core of it, it starts to kind of shake a little bit. It's feeling the pain.
Sweet. With that as a cantrip, is there more I can do, or is that all?
That would be an action, so you can
Okay.
move if you want, or do a bonus action.
I'm gonna throw some bardic inspiration at Scoot.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, using like your voice or your singing sword or your concertina.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing him a specifically not Solstice song because they seem to be making him miserable.
Sure.
It's going to
something
be
really
some
like a
like
downer,
ZCDC
There we go.
Yeah,
and put a fire in his heart.
Yep,
you feel
it
it.
worked.
However, the Krampus, upon hearing your music, goes into a fury and attempts to gore you on its twisting, spiked horns.
Shit.
It hits you. And you take 17 points of piercing damage
Oh,
as it gouges you through the shoulder and lifts you up and then throws you 5 feet off.
Ylka, no!
Day.
And as you yell at it, Lark, you see the Krampus kind of take 2 steps forward towards you and then vanish
what?
in a puff of dust and snow.
I scared it away.
I can't do anything now.
Lark, what do you do?
I charge toward where it was with my rapier drawn and thrust into the air where it actually was
Okay,
before.
make an attack with disadvantage.
15 plus 6 for 21.
Holy hell!
You hit something invisible in the air in front of you. Roll damage.
Yes. Oh,
Did you just roll a
that's
d20 for that?
Hold on, no, that's the wrong die. And now I'm going to roll the correct die. So 6, 10 damage.
Very nice. And you all see Lark impale some massive invisible creature. As you do that, the same giant satchel appears along with the Krampus directly in front of you, Lark, and comes down over your head.
Wait a second. I use
What
my
do you do?
bonus action. I use my bonus action to dance away.
Ah, yeah.
My fancy footwork.
Yep. And so it appears, but it's now no match for your speed.
Nice.
So you kind of like twirl away a little
Yeah.
bit, or like a long ways.
You know what? Here, to be fair, I don't know that I would have expected anything to really be there. So I'm going to say that I don't use my bonus action to dance away.
Wow.
Oh.
Played it
And
true to
I'm
heart.
going to role play this and say that that is not what I expected. So I'm still there when the sack comes down.
Well, it misses you completely.
Oh,
Hey,
snap!
Nice.
So you just...
I feel a whoosh and dive quickly to the side.
That's right. And you notice that as this thing's moving around, it doesn't seem to leave any tracks or marks in the snow. As you're kind of like ducking around it.
Does the invisible piercing, has it started to drip blood or anything?
Yes. It's like a greenish reddish blood. It's like.
So
both
can we
colors.
see that, or can we see its trail in the snow, or is there any way that
You
to
can
help
see
us?
the blood, yeah, a little bit. Like
Okay.
there's a spray that kind of came out of where you pulled your
Okay.
rapier out.
Nice.
Scoot.
Okay, so do I feel like I could see where he is then?
Yeah, it's visible now.
It's
Yep.
visible now. Okay. I'm gonna rage
Yeah.
and get all up in there, and I would like,
AC/DC.
yeah. Bam, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-dum-dum-dum. Fuck you, Krampus.
On an accordion.
That's even better. In a weird way, that is even better. Yeah, and I'm gonna make a reckless attack.
Mm.
So let's see what we get out of this, because I really want to hit him. So that's a 4, so it's a good thing I'm doing this recklessly. That's a 19
Hits.
with a +5. Let's see. So let's find a 12. So 1d12 plus 3 plus 2. Oh, that's a 12 plus 3, 15 plus 2 more 17.
Yeah.
Slashing damage. Just as Back in Black kicks in, like the first the first verse.
Yeah, so you run up to it, howling along to the music, and you sort of smash into it with the short end of your the haft of your axe, make it double over in pain, and then take a giant swing and just like hack off one of its horns completely, and it goes flying into the woods.
Nice.
And
Dibs on the horn.
the Krampus writhes around in obvious pain.
Song 20. Dibs on the horn.
Dibs on the Krampus horn. At that moment, it reaches into its sack, and with the momentum of it getting its horn chopped off, it pulls out a giant lump of coal and throws it at you, Ylka. It just can't stand the music that you're playing right now. Does an 11 hit you?
Ooh. Say no. Say no.
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 The coal goes wide and hits the tree right next to you.
Yeah.
With
Does
a loud
anything
crunch.
happen to the tree? Is it just normal coal?
No, like the whole trunk lights on fire for about 10 seconds. And then it
Cool.
goes out because of all the snow and cold.
I'm glad it missed me.
Yeah. But it's like an explosive chunk of coal.
That's cool coal, though.
Yeah, no kidding. Self-lighting coal.
Ilka,
It
your
was,
turn.
it was a charcoal briquette.
Neat.
You don't even know what he's got in his sack.
Well, this guy seems to hate music, so I think Dissonant Whispers is perfect here. So it needs a wisdom save.
Okay. Ooh, 5.
Nope. I whisper a discordant melody that it can hear, and it is every, like, bad pop music cover of a Christmas song forever playing in its ears.
Oh, God. I'm going to sing along, too, but like 1/2 tone flat.
It is racked with terrible pain.
Yeah.
It takes lots and lots of psychic damage.
We
One
all
second.
are.
No, only it can hear.
Oh.
Holy shit.
It takes 14 psychic damage
Oh my
and must
God.
immediately run away.
All right.
This is a bad day for Krampus.
Yeah. You do that, and it immediately arches its back like it's got like a rictus, like the most pain it's ever felt in its life. And it makes kind of one of those screaming goat noises, like a, like hope that level was okay.
Great.
And then it bolts away as fast as it can.
Did it leave its sack, or it's still carrying
No,
the
it's
sack?
taking the sack
No!
with it. Who's next at this point? Scoot still?
Yeah.
So you can do an attack of opportunity if you want.
Oh, yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, I'm still there, too. Do we both get an attack?
You dived away, but you're
Oh,
still
yeah,
next
that's
to
right. I
it.
jumped out of the way. No, never mind.
16.
16 hits.
Yes. Oh, that's a 1, so I've averaged. So that would be 6.
Damage?
6 damage total. Yeah, the 1 plus 3 plus 2.
Okay, you take one parting shot at its butt. The crump butt.
Like, dibs
and
on the butt.
It whines in pain as it bolts away into the darkness. And as soon as it disappears from your field of vision, which is really quick because of all the snow and fog, it is silent again in these woods.
Oh, there's got to be a healthy trail to follow right now.
There is some blood, yes.
Yeah, I'm all about following that.
Yeah. Somebody's in the sack. We got to go find them.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay, and you follow the trail for about 400 feet until you come to a clearing in the woods. Ahead of you is a stone wizard's tower with a wooden double door up a small flight of stairs and a window about 40 feet up.
40 feet.
Small window.
Don't have it.
With a warm light pouring out of it. It seems that you've arrived at Zakastomi Tower. The wind is howling. And before you is Zakastomi Tower, which I'm pretty sure I just described to you. The doors are closed. The window is burning brightly.
Which I'm pretty sure I just described to you.
How do you proceed?
I'm just going to casually toss some cure wounds on myself with this still bleeding Krampus gore hole through me.
Certainly.
Stitch
I'm
that
going to
back up.
throw... oh, shoot. I'm going to throw the fleece of Navi's dad on Ylka's shoulders, too, to help.
Yay!
Cool.
So I feel warm and cuddly while I'm stopping my bleeding.
Yeah, it's like a deep spiritual comfort.
I just get 4 little points back.
I don't have
But you
anything.
feel amazing.
I feel just glowy,
Like,
and
yeah,
there's
even the
like,
pain is like therapeutic, It's like, man,
yeah,
you go through some stuff in life. And it's okay.
yeah. I feel like I'm gonna stitch this up with tinsel.
What you have.
Of course I have tinsel.
There should be some laying around, right?
Well,
Yeah.
there is everywhere. Yeah.
Nicked it off one of the trees.
Yep.
Take a pine needle and some tinsel.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Where did I get stabbed in the shoulder?
Yes.
Sweet. So now it kind of sparkles silver.
Wow.
Oh, sparkly shoulder. Nice.
Kind of awesome.
Scoot, I assume you're still like freezing at this point. Like you're just like covered in snow.
I don't know.
and
I just
ice.
did a lot of CrossFit climbing up this tree.
That's true. That's true. You shook some off.
So,
Yeah, okay.
But I probably going inside probably seems like a pretty okay idea.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of in the eye of the storm right now. Like there's the wind swirling around you, but
Okay.
the snow is sort of petered off.
Okay.
Do we see any sign of Krampus's blood?
Yes, it does go right to the double doors, which are closed.
I'm torn between trying the double doors and trying to see if I can jump over the structure.
It's so
How big
tall.
is
There's
the
no way
window?
you could jump that high.
How high is this?
40 feet up is the window.
How big is the window?
Oh, it's maybe 3x4.
Well,
It's
that's
not very big.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I could reach up and grab something 26 feet if we want to get technical. It's not
The tower does look scalable. Like it's it's
Really?
old stone blocks, so there are like cracks that you could get your fingers into if you tried really hard. There's a lot of snow and ice, but
I kind of want to climb on Scoot's shoulders and see if he can jump, and then like I'll yeet from the top of his shoulders.
yeah,
This seems like a great idea.
that's a first level spell, right? Yeet.
Definitely.
Yeet.
Yeah, it's kind of like prestidigitation. It just
Yeah.
like does what you want.
Well, because I mean, Ylka's slender and nimble. I feel like she's gonna go straight through this window or fall to her death.
Sure.
That's kind of the only options.
Mhm.
Or we could try the door.
Lark, do you have input?
The world is your burrito.
I feel like I've already started walking towards the door.
So we're just sitting here looking and just
Yeah.
measuring, and Lark is just heading
I'm
towards the door.
eyeballing your shoulders.
Yeah, and I'm doing that thing where you get a bad idea, and so you start figuring out how you could physically do it.
Right.
So I'm just kind of like, well, what's going to make a good good launch point for you? And do I have? And I start clearing off snow so that there's nothing slippery under me.
When if you get your hands on your
Yep.
shoulders and then you push right when I jump.
Yep. All the while, Lark is just going up to the
Yep,
door.
I'm just
Lark,
following.
you're
I
at
like
the
got
door.
like my nose down to the ground, following the blood trail.
Yep.
Not even listening.
I have
Yeah.
no expectation that we're going to get our plan done before he gets to the door.
And like nose first, you walk up to the door, and you kind of follow the trail up to a small crack in the door.
I think he went this way. The trail leads to this door.
That's probably more practical.
Yeah.
Less cool.
There's big
Yeah.
stone knockers on the door.
Scoot, look at the knockers.
What? Where? There's what?
But the door, there's a crack in the door, or the knockers are.
There's a huge crack in the knockers.
The seam in between the two doors. There's not like a hole or anything.
Okay.
but yeah, they're big, thick wood doors.
I'm gonna grab the knockers, you guys.
On the big thick wood.
Yeah.
I'll help.
Okay, Scoot, come on. Scoot, come on.
I'm coming.
I'm gonna grab one knocker.
I'll grab the other knocker. What do you want me to roll for grabbing the knocker?
You know what, I'm
Athletics?
just gonna
Do you
drop
have
my
knocker
my
handling?
Jacob Marley joke here. And just say that you guys open the door.
Take your Christmas theme.
The knockers are well lubricated, and it's very easy to pull the door open.
Oh,
Good.
Oh.
SWOJ orgy on the front steps.
Do you do so? Do you open them?
yes.
Okay.
I think SWOJ Orgy should be the name of the band.
Swargy.
And
Swargy?
and lubricated knockers can
Bess.
open for them. Swargy. and
Kendra, this is what
Bess.
happens when you're not here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Save us from ourselves.
Oh, she would have made the first knockers joke.
That's true.
Except it would have seemed innocent.
Right.
In her lovely. Oh, Scoot the knockers. That's my best Kendra.
That was perfect.
We love you,
Yeah,
Kendra.
Nailed it. I miss Kendra.
All right, the doors swing open silently, and you're greeted by the sound of gentle harpsichord playing and the smell of freshly baked cookies, Lark. Do you peer inside, or do you
Absolutely.
being stealthy? Or
No.
all right, inside this tower, it's about 30-foot diameter. You see that it's a giant open space. Like there's no levels. It's just kind of a huge, high vaulting ceiling. So it would have been a good thing that you didn't just launch through the window, probably, because you'd have plummeted 40 feet. Inside, it seems like the Bailey Brew family is playing happily on the floor with a large collection of clockwork, glass, and metal toys. It seems like there's an older dwarf who is playing the harpsichord. Did I specify that before? And on a small throne towards the back of the tower, it looks like a dwarf that you vaguely recognize from his snowy visage before. It looks like the grandfather of the Bailey Brew clan is watching this all with a cheerful smile on his face and a big bushy white beard.
And like Gorge and Navi are in here too?
Gorge and Navi and a third child, or a third dwarf, a second child.
Could it be Zuzu?
With red curly hair. Is also playing with a small blown glass dolphin.
Ooh, dolphins. I recognize that.
Bone glass
Yes.
dolphin.
Bailey Brews!
Dolphin.
You're in here. We
You're
thought
okay.
we thought you were in Krampus's sack.
And the two of them turn to you and, in a strangely sing-song voice, say, "Oh, we're much better now.
Oh,
Thank you."
No.
Yeah, no problem. I guess we Well, I guess we solved the Krampus puzzle, everybody.
Lark,
What?
I don't know if I've insightful enough to know that that's creepy as hell.
Lark, I get a bad feeling about this.
I feel like they're all safe here in their grandma's tower.
The grandma approaches you, Lark, with a tray of cookies.
Oh, thanks,
The
Grandma
music
Bailey
stops.
Boo.
Are you all looking at the door now, or just Lark?
Yeah, once
You're
I
all
let go of the
kind
I
knocker.
threw the door wide open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she brings a tray of cookies to you and says, "Oh,
My name is Zaka, and these are my traditional Solstice cookies. Would you like one?
Thanks, Zaka. Yes, I would. I thought I was expecting to see more tomes in your tower.
oh, there are many tomes. Like
Oh,
the walls are lined with shells."
What I meant to say was I love all your tomes, Zaka.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I take great pride in them. They're mostly books of carols.
As I take really?
Yes.
That's a lot of carols.
It's turning into my
I'm
nightmare.
quite
You know so
collector.
many. As I'm taking a cookie, I ask if thanks for the cookie. Did you see the Krampus? Because he went right through these doors. We followed his blood trail.
Krampus?
Yeah, he's like this creepy monster snowman guy, like a giant yeti.
Roll perception.
A 9.
And immediately when Lark says blood trail, I snap back to and just like, oh yeah, there was blood at some point.
You don't notice anything that really stands out, but you do notice as you're talking to the grandmother Zaka that she kind of glances back at the grandfather, like with some sort of doubt or question in her eyes, and then looks back at you and says,
No, I don't know what you're talking about, a Krampus.
If I look to the floor, is there any more blood?
"There's not."
I mean, he came. Did he come up to the door and then knock, and you sent him away? Like
Look,
I followed the
I'm
trail
afraid
right
I don't
to the
know
door.
what you're talking about, young man. This is a place of solstice cheer. No monsters here.
He's got to have like a giant bleeding hole in his chest.
I think maybe if you don't want the cookies and you just want to bring tales of monsters here, maybe you should leave.
I'm gonna put the cookie back down and say, Grandma, I feel like you're not being honest. There's no way you could have missed it. I thought you were offering these cookies out of like good cheer and kindness.
As you're grilling the grandma, the grandfather stands up from his little throne and speaks to you in a voice that you don't recognize as the grandfather's voice. He says, "I am beginning to tire of these questions. Perhaps you should leave."
Hey, Grandpa, I have a fun riddle for you. Where does a snowman keep his money?
I don't see the point of this line of question.
I don't feel like this is really Grandpa. He would have known the answer to that because he asked us earlier.
I am going to count to 3. There will not be a 4. Leave now. 1,
I draw my rapier.
2. Okay. And then what?
I take the great axe that has been taped to my back and get that ready to go.
Okay. As soon as you draw your weapons, the grandfather, with his big dwarven fist, slams on the bell next to his throne, and then soars into the sky, like 30 feet.
What? Like he's floating, or he like is flying
Like
up?
magical kind of ethereal wings sprout from his back, and the little red curly-haired dwarf on the floor says, "Every time a bell rings, a wizard gets its wings."
Oh, God.
I just had to share that. and he flies towards a large solstice tree that's sitting by the harpsichord along the side of the wall. How do you all react? Roll for initiative one more time.
All right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, there we go. It's better.
25.
It's not as... I didn't get that good.
8.
8.
14.
Wow, 14.
I know. Me too. I'm shocked as well.
Yeah, that's very pleasant.
Thank you.
Lark, you're up,
Good
my
Christmas
friend.
number.
I'm going to run forward and stand between the Bailey Brews, like Gorge and Zuzu and Navi and everybody, and the grandpa. Then that's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, does this seem normal to you?
To
them.
who? To them?
To them.
They seem at this point almost like in a daze, like they're under some sort of spell or some sort of influence. They're not really reacting normally to what's going on around them.
Okay.
In fact, they seem almost like menacing, like they're kind of scowling at you and they look angry and uncomfortable, especially the grandmother.
I don't see any, like, there's no sack or anything else around here. Okay. All
Nope.
right. Yep. That's all I'm going to do for now. He's up in the air, right?
Yes.
And then there's no way up to him?
No. There's
How far up?
30 feet or so.
Like, if you had a pair of magic boots, could you jump that high and grab? I'm just...
Could you jump up and punch him?
I think your high jump is 18 feet, right? We did the
Yeah,
math.
but you could grab something that's 27.7.
Let's see. Since I wrote these down, if I get a running start of 10 feet, my high jump is 18, and I can reach up and grab something that's 26.
You do notice
too
that
high.
the bell that he rang is still kind of jingling, like dong, 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 dong.
Is the harpsichord still playing?
No, harpsichord
not.
stopped.
Okay, Can I modify what I said? Can I continue past them and hit the bell?
Yes.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, you run up to the bell and smack it, and immediately ethereal wings spread out of your back, and you feel a sense of lightness and hover about 3 feet off the ground.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
jealous.
All right.
That's your turn.
That's my turn.
Scoot, what do you do?
Let's see. How far am I away from Lark?
About 30 feet.
About 30 feet. Can it be a little bit less?
I mean, what do you have in mind?
I kind of want to do things that might be described as 2 actions. I would like to go up there and smack the bell, but that would be the second thing I'd do. What I'd really like to do is go up to Lark and try to fastball special him up to Grandpa. Just grab him and chuck him up so he can, because he's floating, right?
Yes.
So couldn't I grab him and throw him up to Grandpa?
Yeah, try it.
I absolutely.
Yeah.
Run up there.
Make a strength roll for the throw.
Love to. Let's see. I don't want to use that one. That one's been bad to me. 18 to grab Lark and throw him towards Grandpa.
Are you willing, Lark?
Absolutely.
Then yes.
I'm totally into this.
You go cannonballing upwards.
With my rapier out.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Fastball. Yeah, this is Colossus throwing Wolverine.
Yeah, and you end up kind of flying past the grandpa a little ways, unless you want to try to stop yourself.
I'll try to grab him as I go by, but otherwise, no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. You can kind of try to stop yourself, like you're mentally
with my
controlling
wings.
his wings.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, then I do. I totally do. If it feels like I can control them.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so you're near him, in the air, about 30 feet up.
And is there any chance I could get a kick or a hit on that bell to try to get some wings at the end of my turn too? Or am I too far away? Is that too much?
I mean, that's it's like a bonus action, we'll say, sure.
Okay,
Just punt
cool.
it.
Yep, I just
And
crying.
ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. It's yeah,
There's a part of me that enjoys it and a part of me that hates it.
yes. And you're hovering, Ylka.
Yay.
How close is Lark to Grandpa now?
He's about 5 feet away.
Oops. Maybe I did a bad thing.
Can I cast a sphere like 8 feet to the left of Grandpa to not catch Lark within it to shatter?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
doable.
All right, I am going to throw some shatter up at Pseudo Grandpa. A sudden loud ringing noise is going to erupt from a point of my choice within that range, and this is going to sound like a carillon series of big old brass church bells that all have horrible cracks down them, so they ring and clash and clang together.
Okay. He makes a Constitution save or a Wisdom save?
Yeah, I need a Constitution saving throw from him.
He succeeds with a 15.
Then he takes half the damage. He takes 6 thunder damage.
Okay. Do you move or do you stay by the doorway and do that?
Yeah, I've got a 60-foot range on that. So
Okay.
I'm standing by the doorway, casting that up at him
Okay. In that case, as it happens, he kind of veers to the side and then tries to fly away from you, Lark, if you'd like to take an attack of
I totally would.
opportunity.
I definitely would.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be a 24.
Ooh, that's a hit.
How come I don't have any numbers that go in the 20s?
I switched my diet at the break.
Can I have it?
It's a good idea. No, I really need it.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. That Christmas spirit and all that.
Yeah, I understand. 6, 10, 11 points of damage.
Okay. He seems stricken. He howls at you, and as you hit him, this visage of the grandfather flickers, and suddenly he's replaced by a gaunt-looking man, like a humanoid man, with sort of an 80s style haircut and a nondescript black robe. And he, as he howls at you, you notice small fangs pointing from his jaw.
Uh-oh.
Something vampiric. Definitely.
Okay. I think it's a vampire. It's not actually Grandpa. He's got fangs.
And as you're yelling, he's swirling around the room to this big tree, which he grabs with both hands and throws down onto the ground towards you, Scoot. Make a dexterity save.
Ooh, all right. And I can use my danger sense on this.
Ooh,
So I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects I can see.
nice. Yeah, totally.
So that would be 15 or 20.
Yeah, so this giant tree comes toppling down like midway through the room. The various dwarves on the floor kind of scatter away from it, and you manage to duck out of the way. Like you kind of,
Nice.
you almost like force it aside with your hand as it's coming down towards you. You kind of take
Oh,
the gravity
redirect?
with you and redirect it. Yeah.
Nice.
And as that happens, it seems to break the concentration or the spell on some of the dwarves, on Gorge and Navi and Zuzu. They sort of shake their heads and come to as themselves again. And they look around and get their bearings and then say, or Gorge yells out to you, Lark, because he sees you up in the sky. He says, we know this man. We know this man. He's a evil wizard. He goes by the name Von Gruber. We thought we'd seen the last of him, but I think that evil presence in the river drew him here. Do away with him, lest he come back again next solstice. And he's cut off then by Von Gruber, who howls back, enough is enough.
Okay.
No, there's more. What's that? Well, first he says, Carl! Schieß dem Fenster! Shoot the glass!
Shoot the glass.
Shoot the glass. Then he says, now, come, stab her, come shank her, come drown her and rips him,
Oh, God.
come con her and cripple her, and dandruff and critsum.
Critsum's my favorite.
It's the best pain deer.
Critsum's my favorite pain deer.
In the center of, well, near you actually, Scoot, near the bell, appears the Krampus again in a state because of all the ringing bell cacophony noise and all the slamming. It's slavering and furious, and it has its satchel open, and out of the satchel come pouring these 8 sort of dog-sized gingerbread reindeer that seem to kind of like swarm out and fill the room and swirl around the ground level. They all have little pointy gumdrop fangs.
And me with no AoE.
And at the same time, grandmother Zaka pulls from her pocket a small candy cane with the point kind of like licked on, so it's very, very sharp.
She's got a candy shiv.
And she tries to stab you, Ylka, as you're bothering
What?
Von Gruber. That is an 18 hit you.
Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
It does. Okay, you're gonna take 1 damage
Oh.
as the candy cane shiv stabs you right by your other shoulder wound.
But it's a delicious stab.
So do I now have another wound that's got like red and white stripes on it?
Yes.
He says, this is for Hans. He's a good boy.
Hans.
Hans.
Yes.
Hans.
We got to get him up to the tower so we can drop him out of it.
At the same time, the swarm of pain deer attacks you, Scoot.
Oh, God damn it.
Does a 14 hit you?
Just barely.
All right. You are going to take 10 damage as you are sliced and diced by these very sharp gumdrop teeth and we'll say they are peanut brittle horns. It's kind of delicious, but also very, very painful.
God, I don't have an allergy.
Next is Lark.
Okay. Remembering the clue that we got from the spirit of Christmas, of Solstice past about the frost bite, I am going to swoop down. And Ylka, how are you engaged right now? You're being stabbed by a candy shiv.
Yep, and I had just cast up at the grandfather. I'm by the door. How strong are my wings? Can I pick Ylka up?
You're not sure.
I'm going to swing down and try to pick Ylka up.
Okay.
And see if I can bring her up towards the vampire.
Make a strength check.
Oh, that's Lark's.
Dump
That's his
stat.
bread and butter.
you believe
And I
yourself.
rolled a crit fail. So
Oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
with let me see my bonus. It's 0. So
we'll say you fly down and you're beckoning to Ylka or
yeah, I'm
having
like,
her-
Billy,
Oh,
Ylka,
inspiration!
We're gonna use your spell, your cold spell. I'm gonna fly you up there, and I swoop down and grab her.
And as you swoop down, from behind you, the grandmother with the candy cane shank has picked up her cookie tray and just slams you in the back of the head as you're not paying attention. And you go face planting down into the ground as she gives you the chair, so to speak, with her cookie pan.
I was gonna use my inspiration die, Scoot. That was a good call, but this is way funnier. So
And so, you take 2 damage as the grandmother, Zaka.
there's cookie crumbs all over me.
Yeah, you're covered in cookie crumbs. They're actually really tasty.
This is how we're gonna go. Zaka's gonna chip away at us 1 and 2 points at a time.
That's right.
with her cookies.
Because I'm getting 10 points from these damn cookie reindeer over and over again.
Yeah, that's true. Frostbite. I yell as I've got a face full of cookie crumbs.
Oh, sure. Okay. And the dwarves are like, frostbite, what does that mean? What's he saying? I don't know. Scoot.
Okay. Sit rep.
Lark and Ylka are on the ground. Lark has the fleece of Navidad, and he's covered in cookies.
Ylka has the fleece.
Oh, Ylka has the
Navi's,
fleece.
yeah.
You gave it to Ylka. Oh, because you were wounded. That's right. So you have the fleece. You recently got shanked, but you're feeling pretty good otherwise. Scoot is near a tree that he's just kind of ducked under that fell across half the room.
There's several little reindeer.
Yeah,
Pain
there's
deer?
8 pain deer
8 pain
attacking
deer.
you in a swarm. There's a bunch of clockwork toys on the ground. Lark is up. No, Lark is on the ground. Hans von Gruber is up by where the Christmas tree tip used to be, about 30 feet up.
He's still up in the air.
Mhm.
And then Krampus is
Krampus is near the bell.
Krampus is near the bell.
Yes,
Okay.
Carl, the Krampus.
That's a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on
Mhm.
right now.
Can Scoot hear me if I yell to him?
Yeah, totally.
Scoot, jump away from the pain deer. Up in the air is just fine.
Well, if I do that, they're gonna get an attack of opportunity on me, which makes me sad.
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah. And I'm not smart enough to have any ideas of what would be. All I know is smash, really. If I have to attack the pain deer individually, or are they a swarm technically?
They're a swarm.
They're a swarm.
Yes.
Okay. Then I would like to rage, and I would probably rage on the swarm of pain deer.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll do a nice. I don't want to do a reckless attack because I feel like I'm about to get my ass kicked. So here we go.
Try not to hit Kritzen or whatever that
That's-
one was.
That's that would be a 12.
2 seconds.
You know what? Since I haven't heard the result yet, I'm feeling lucky.
Okay.
I'm
So
going to
roll
use a
again.
luck point, and I'm going to roll an additional d20 on that and see if I can roll something better. 21.
Yeah, that is a hit.
Nice.
21 on this swarm of pain deer.
Yep.
Okay, so I've used 1 luck.
Scoot, you're so lucky.
I know. I wish Zay was here to see this.
So how does that play out narratively? Like you take a big swing and it's a obvious miss, but then by sheer luck,
I think I was thinking my momentum would be so bad in the first hit that it would carry me around,
Yep.
and I would accidentally like smack 3 of them in a row.
roll damage.
Oh, 12 plus 3 plus 2. So another 17.
Yeah, you smash Dandruff with your backswing, and the momentum carries Dandruff's cookie body into Ripsum, who is ripped in 2 by the force. And the 2 of them kind of splatter against the wall. The Krampus sheds a single tear
Gumdrop
As
fangs
is-
flying.
as his paindeer buddies go to pieces.
Oh, I don't feel that bad for Krampus.
I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep. Are you staying put then?
just yeah. Oh yeah. I'm hanging out right here. I'm gonna let the damage come to me now.
Yeah. Ilka, what do you do?
All right. Are they surrounding Scoot? I want to shatter in a way that's not gonna f up Scoot in the process.
They are surrounding Scoot at this point,
What,
so that
what
would be
damage
very
is
hard.
shatter?
Lots.
I mean,
Uh,
what type?
thunder.
Thunder.
3d8 thunder damage,
Whoa,
but it is a big AOE.
3d8's a lot.
All right, then I'm going to aim it away from Scoot and just catch whatever reindeer are inside that with him at the edge of that.
Paindeer.
Pain deer.
Yep.
Pain deer.
Okay.
That's my plan.
Pain deer.
So they make a Constitution save.
Mhm.
They succeed.
Oh.
Then they take half damage. 6.
Very good. It kind of clips them and it grounds a couple of them. They don't seem like particularly wounded. They're made of gingerbread, so it's very difficult to tell exactly what state they're in. But
But
they're
maybe
still
some
kicking.
of the like sugar crystals come fluttering off.
Yeah, I mean it's actually powdered sugar, and it kind of leaves like a puff in the air where they used to be.
Yes.
It's like a bakery in here. It smells so good.
Wait a minute. Are they inorganic material? No, because they're food. A
I would say
creature
it's a
made of
mix.
inorganic material has disadvantage on this saving throw.
Does a 13 succeed? It should be.
She's got a +3 on
Yeah.
charisma.
So I think it ties,
Ties.
which
Yep.
is a success.
That's all I got.
So they succeed anyways, and they just seem vaguely dazed and a little bit desugared. Next, Von Gruber swoops down towards you, Scoot,
Damn
and
it.
tries to take a bite out of you.
Never gonna happen.
Does a 16 hit you?
Yes, it does.
In that case, you're going to take 6 piercing damage.
Halved.
Yep.
So 3.
And 14 frost damage.
So 10 total. 7 plus 3. Because I'm raging right now.
Right. Is that half frost damage?
Have
too?
everything except psychic.
Nice. Okay.
Because I went totem of the bear.
So 10 damage total?
10 damage total.
Yes. And so you feel this chill creep into your veins and slow you down for an instant, but you manage to shake it off because you're raging. You don't have time for that.
Nope.
Then the Krampus pulls another giant lump of coal from its bag and chucks it to the center of the room. And this rolling ball of fire kind of smashes up like a bunch of the glass toys and covers the floor in shards of glass, making it very difficult to move on the floor. And all the dwarves kind of howl and rush towards the door and ouch, 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 all the way, very slowly. Except for Grandma, who's still very angry and very defensive of Hans. Next, the pain deer. Take another stab at Scoot. 20 hits you. And the ones that are left do 4 damage to you.
Okay.
With their gummy, droppy teeth. They're kind of nibbling on you. Like a couple, the 2 that were grounded kind of like scrambled towards you, and they're like gnawing on your ankles right now.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
You know, it's kind of like the Troll Skull irregulars when you're playing with them.
Yeah.
Did I forget anybody? Grandma's going to continue shanking at you, Ylka. She is a machine, a whirlwind of death.
Grandma's going to continue shanking at you.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna do 1 damage to you again with your shank. Also, Lark, from eating the cookie bits that are all over you, you heal 1 damage.
Cool.
Just as a heads up.
Nice.
They are chocolate chip.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. And freshly baked. Next is Lark.
Okay. Is Hans down? So he's down close to the ground now.
Yeah, he's like 10 feet up, maybe.
So can I get to him with my can I use my wings for a movement action? Like, am I comfortable enough moving there?
Yep.
Okay, then I am going to fly directly towards him. Wait, is he engaged with Scoot though? Can I sneak attack him? Can I fly around?
He is engaged with Scoot. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to fly around and with my rapier drawn, try to do a dual wield attack, rapier, then dagger from behind.
Ooh, okay, roll it.
Okay.
Get it. Get it. Oh. 20.
No, I rolled a 7. So that is going to be a 23 to hit.
Nice.
23 hits.
Okay. So 8 points with the rapier. And then I got to roll separately. 22 to hit with the offhand attack for an additional point.
Uno.
Wait, it was a sneak attack plus 6 more points of damage.
Okay. He's looking very worse for the wear. Like, he wasn't ready for a giant throwdown. He was just trying to enjoy himself. It seems like he's not wearing armor. Not a particularly tough guy. Pretty scrawny.
Step back, Gruber.
He howls in pain and says, "Why is everyone like this? I just wanted to celebrate Solstice with someone." And as he reels backwards, he starts to get away from the two of you, and he disengages and moves
that bitch.
upwards towards a hole in the ceiling to the top of the tower. He gets about 30 feet up with this action. It's a legendary action.
Attack of opportunity or
No, he disengaged.
Disengaging.
Disengages.
Yep.
Got it.
So it is then Scoot.
Okay. So he's 30 feet up now.
Yes.
I still have wings.
Yes.
And I've got these lovely boots.
Yes.
Do I feel like I could reach him? I know I'd take opportunity attack from the pain deer if they so chose. Could I get up there and still have enough, still be able to attack him?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I will do that then.
Right. And the 4 flying pain deer launch at you.
There's still 4 of them left?
There's 6.
There's
2 of them
6
are on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Does a 15 hit you?
Yes.
You take 8 damage.
Okay.
And then manage to kind of shake them off and bat them away as you soar upwards into the sky, pursuing Hans von Gruber.
Yep. Going all the way up. Okay. Let me think here. Are we near the ceiling?
You're 20 feet away from the ceiling.
20 feet away from the ceiling.
Yep, it's a 50-foot tower.
We're like in the middle of the thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just make an attack then.
Okay.
And I'm feeling lucky again. It is a modified 20
Yes, you hit.
because I would not have hit with the first one.
Once you're like whirlwinding around, and like every time you're not looking at the people you're trying to hit, like you're actually hitting them with your back swings again.
Yeah,
and again.
exactly. Yeah, these are
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah.
I'm probably making that noise too.
Yeah.
Get old. Fucking 1 again after a 12. So that's 6 damage.
Yeah, that time he actually just like catches your axe in his hand and kind of like throws you back. He's like, "Can we stop with this?"
No. This is all I know how to do.
What's that quote?
Wait, it was still 6 damage? Oh, because the 1 was your damage roll? Or?
I did 1 damage. I have +3 slashing and +2 for raging.
6.
So I got 6 off of a 1.
Nice. That's not too bad.
Would have been 17 if I got the 12 again.
Yeah.
But I've only rolled 12s or 1s in this motherfucker.
It's like, look at you. You're like another orphan from a bankrupt culture who considers himself a John Zane. Please.
Give me
And,
nothing on this one.
Ylka, it's your turn.
How far away is the bell?
The bell is about 25 feet away from you, over a tree
Over a tree.
and a bunch of broken glass.
Neat. Where's Krampus?
Next to the bell.
Is running away from Grandma gonna spark her opportunity to attack me?
Yes, unless you're disengaging.
I don't know if I want to kill Grandma. I just want her to stop stabbing me.
With the candy cane,
try
the
asking
candy
her?
shiv.
You can talk as a free action.
I don't like that, Grandma. Please stop.
Yeah, that's rude. It's not what the holidays are about. Can I go kill Grandpa?
Sure, I'm going to take a free action and try to convince her that she should stop stabbing me for now, and that's not what we're here for.
Just like that, like
Yeah.
very direct and
Yep. Mm-hmm.
roll persuasion.
18.
You see her furrow her brows, and then all this tension that she was carrying in her body just relaxes, and she kind of goes slack for a second, and then seems to look around totally lost, like,
What is happening? Oh, the family's here. Oh my. Oh, the tree's been tipped. Oh, no. Oh, the toys. Oh.
and she just seems very overwhelmed at this point.
I'm going to put the cloth of Feliz Navidad on her shoulders and make her feel better.
She's thanks you.
She says, "Oh, the fleece that Gorge made. Thank you. Oh, thank you, dear."
Great. Then I'm going to draw my sword and run over towards Krampus.
Okay. You make it. It's very difficult. Are you trying to avoid the glass or just run right through it?
I've got boots on.
Yeah.
I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah, okay. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm
Make-
just going to... You want to roll?
Make your attack roll if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm swinging my magic song sword. It's now in a really frantic sort of like Carol of the Bells, and it's just increasing in intensity and agitation all the way through it.
Oh,
no.
Yep, Carol the Bells will do that to you.
And I just crit fail all over the place.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bow, all sing the same, so cares away.
Yeah, the music from your singing sword just completely destroys any semblance of sanity or composure that the Krampus has. And as you're charging it, it kind of braces itself with its one horn, and you manage to kind of trip on the tree as you're jumping over it and kind of go flying towards the horn, and it grazes your other shoulder.
Your third shoulder.
Well, your left shoulder's been hit twice, and your right shoulder's been fine.
3 times with count the candy cane
3 times.
twice.
Oh, that was
yeah,
twice,
I got
okay.
gored,
Yeah,
stitched up with tinsel.
you
and then
take
I
4 damage from the other Krampus horn.
Oh,
Great.
the worst.
Yeah, it's right at shoulder height, unfortunately.
It's bad enough taking damage, but looking bad doing it.
Yeah.
That's really the worst.
And you end up kind of on your knees near the Krampus
Ugh,
with your sword still in your hand.
bad times.
But Grandma is regaining her composure.
That's what this is about.
Next, Hans disappears through the hole to the roof, and you all lose sight of him. He flies right up through this little 4x4 square in the ceiling. The Krampus tries to put you in his sack, Ylka. He's grumbling and roaring in a goat-like fashion.
Honk.
And he rolls a 9, and
He's the worst with that sack.
you guys are both like flailing at each other at this point. It's like the worst sort of like
It's a
true
pillow
to
fight.
life battle royale, like
Slap fight.
Nothing's
fighting in the
working.
mud, you know.
I'm singing whatever scraps of carols I can think of at this point to try
Yeah.
to get him to throw off his balance.
Oh, it's working. It's really working. The pain deer pursue Scoot. Are you still on ground level, Scoot, or did you go up?
No, I flew
you
up.
flew up
to
to chase
yeah.
him. Yeah, okay.
Oh, did he disengage?
He
when
did.
Okay, when he
Yep.
went away?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been disengaging. Does a 12 hit you?
No.
No. So you manage to bat away the pain deer, and they drop about 5 feet in the air. They have a harder time. They need momentum to move, so they have a harder time kind of pursuing you upwards as you go.
When they drop, does that get an opportunity attack, or am I
No.
drag?
And then Grandma throws a cookie at you, Ylka, from what's left of her tray. Does a 9 hit you?
Oh, like she's injuring me? I thought she was
She's
like
throwing a cookie to
healing
you.
cookie.
She's like, catch. but she rolled a 9, so I assume it goes wide.
Oh, is that like
Yeah, but how do you read
acrobatics?
that? Like, so she's trying to give it to me?
She's trying to throw it to you from across the room. She's like, "Here, dear, this will help."
Call it an ability roll instead of an attack roll. She rolled a 9 to try to throw you something.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like assist her as she says that, if you want to do anything to like make it easier, she just is the throw's going wide, like a mage hand or any kind of force spell.
True
I don't think
strike?
it's that important.
Could you roll something high on acrobatics and maybe?
She could have bardic inspiration.
Fuck, that's what I have. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I gave you that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the cookie ends up near the bell. It's on the throne. It just kind of
Great.
plops over there, in one piece.
Good.
It's starting to get cold.
I'd like to go towards that cookie and eat it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it is Lark's turn first.
Okay, so Gruber is up through the roof, but Krampus is still down here. So I how far am I from Krampus, would you say?
About
I'm like 10 feet in the
25
air.
feet. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to, and Scoot is probably, he's up farther in the air. Like he might go after Gruber. So I'm going to go after Krampus.
Mhm.
I'm going to fly towards Krampus, who is engaged with Ylka, or no?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm going to try to do it in such a way that I can sneak attack him too. Try to be as sneaky as I can, flying over the glass and not stepping in it.
Okay.
Like
Make your
maybe I'm
attack roll.
above him, so I can kind of
Yeah.
come down at an angle.
Like a shadow in the night.
Yeah, I'm out of his line of sight.
Yep.
That's not great. Does a 14?
A 14 does hit. Yes.
Sick. All right. 9 points of damage, and I'm going to go offhand with a 16. So that's
Mm-hmm.
for an additional 1 plus another 5.
So 15.
9, 1, 15 total
Okay.
on Krampus.
And the Krampus goes slack. It falls off your rapier and collapses on the ground near Ylka. It seems to be breathing very raggedly, and it's like on its last legs. It's almost pitiful, actually. It seems to deflate and get a bit smaller as it dies. Do you do anything else? You move, you attack.
No, I slide my rapier out and then just put my foot on it in a way that isn't meant to be cruel, but is somewhat restraining its movement.
Sure, okay. And you feel it taking ragged breaths underneath you. Scoot.
Okay. The painter fell down.
Yeah.
They fell down 5 feet. So
There's a couple of them still dogging you.
So
but
can I? Is that another opportunity attack?
unless you disengage, yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not going to disengage. So he went up through the hole.
Mm-hmm.
How is that? 20 feet? 30?
Yep.
That's
Yep,
20
yep.
feet.
Yep.
Okay. My first step is to get so I can see out the hole. I'm waiting for attacks, but also just I want to be able to get up there and look through, and still, if I have any movement left, be able to do something.
Is he up on the housetop?
He's over the rooftops, yep.
Dang.
So I got to elevate, get up there.
Click, click,
Who
click.
wouldn't know? So you get up there, the pain deer make an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
As you go. And they roll a 19.
Yep, that'll do it.
For a grand total of 8 damage. These things are covered in blood at this point. It's a sticky mess.
Wait,
Okay.
they bleed?
No, it's
They're covered in Scoot's
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you managed to put some distance between you and them and get up onto the roof, or at least peek your head through the hole.
Yeah, just want to kind of take a look.
And you see a giant red sled parked on the rooftop, with Hans kind of like tying down some big bundles onto it, like he's getting ready to leave.
Oh,
He's standing next to it. He doesn't see you.
all right. How far away? Can I get up there to him or?
Yeah, you can.
All right. I would like to, as sneakily as possible, get up behind him. And this is going to be another grapple for a German suplex.
Okay. He sees you coming.
Oh, drag.
He whirls around as soon as you crest the rooftop, and
Well, once he whirls around, the grapple then idea is done.
okay.
Then it's going to be back to just swinging for the hills here.
All right.
Over the
Yeah, as you see him, you notice that he seems very stricken. Like he's actually like crying little frozen tears, a little bit.
Leaving the party so early.
Does he call Scoot John Wayne?
John Zane.
John Zane.
Yeah.
John McZane, please.
That's what this was about? A fucking robbery?
He just wants his 20%. Scoot. Come on. Is that so much? So you're going to attack him?
Yeah.
So
Well,
make
if
a
he's
roll.
not going to say anything back, then
Not yet, no.
not yet. All right.
No.
Well, let's do it then.
He's just watching you.
I'm feeling lucky from the last time. Yeah, definitely the last time. That's 8.
8. Make a wisdom save, Scoot.
Okay. Why did I use that same dice? 7.
Okay. He casts a charm spell on you. He says, "Why don't you relax?
Okay.
Take a breather.
All right.
Would you help me with this, please?
Yeah.
I must be going."
I sounds like I will. Does it
Yeah.
seem like I'm going to do that?
And yeah, you start to feel compelled to
All
help
right.
this guy out.
Yeah. What else do you need loaded up?
That's the round. Ylka, what do you do?
Physically, how far away is he from me?
Who?
Grandpa.
He's 50 feet up through the hole in the ceiling.
Can I see him?
No.
Dissonant whispers isn't clear that I need to see them, only that they must be in range.
Okay. You could maybe he would have, because he rolls, right? So he would have advantage on the roll because you're kind of vaguely aiming it. You're not you can't see or connect with him that way magically. So it's like having blindness.
I whisper a discordant melody that one creature of my choice within range can hear. 60 feet range. So I know where he is. He's up on top of the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I need it to get up within his hearing range. So I don't think I need to see him to cast this.
He fails the save.
Sweet. He takes 10 psychic damage and immediately runs away, but he cannot run into obviously dangerous ground, such as off the edge of the tower.
Okay.
So he just runs around in a panic.
Yeah, he runs right to the edge of the tower and kind of stands there looking over the edge.
Question.
Yes.
Does that break his charm on me?
I believe it does because it's a concentration spell.
And then would that give me an opportunity attack?
I don't think so. You're still under the influence until he's already far enough away from you.
Okay.
Yeah. Next will be Hans. Hans is going to jump into the sleigh and say, "Come, my pain dear, I need you." And kind of look back at you worriedly, Scoot. He says, "We must be off." And in the tower, the rest of you see the pain deer, the ones that are still flying, the 6 of them, rush up towards the hole. Next is... That's it. Krampus is down. Krampus wheezes its last breath under your foot, Lark, and collapses with its tongue lolled out.
Oh, so much worse.
It's grim. The other dwarves are peeking inside, holding each other. Grandma goes over to hug them. Lark, what do you do as you see the pain deer moving for the hole in the ceiling?
What's the deal? What's the deal with the Krampus horn?
Scoot has one.
And is it an actual an horn that was on the Krampus, or it's a horn they blow? Or it's
Yeah,
both of
he
those
cut
things?
it off the thing's
Like
head.
an antler.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, I don't know enough about Krampus. I'm going to I'll fly as quickly as possible up towards the hole. Can I catch up to the pain deer within this turn?
Yeah, you can if you dash.
Okay,
Where's your
then I'm
cunning
going
action?
to
Yep.
wing dash up towards the pain deer and try to attack them from behind. Try to knock as many out as I can.
Okay. So roll it.
Modified 20.
Nice. That is a hit.
16 with my main hand weapon, and then a crit fail on my offhand.
So 16 hits, or is that damage?
That was damage.
Damage.
It was modified 20 for the attack.
Right. Okay. You managed to cleave through 2 of the other pain deer, so there are 4 still in the air.
I'm hoping to knock as many of them out as I can, so there's not enough to move the sleigh.
Yeah, exactly. And they're kind of like lining themselves up magically with the sleigh, with the halters that are there for the deer, and they're tugging on it. But it seems like they don't have enough force to really get it going at this point.
Although now that I say that, I don't know that the sleigh is up there, so really I was just angry about the pain deer. So that's why I tried to take as many out as I could.
Valid. Valid. Next is Scoot.
Okay. Can you describe the layout of this upper level for me a little bit?
Yeah, it's a flat roof
Okay.
with occasional like big castle crenellation blocks, but there's
Okay.
gaps in between them that are like 10 feet wide.
Okay.
And it kind of goes all the way around. So
How is this sleigh going to, if the pain deer can pull it, do they need like a runway to go, or are they just going to go straight up? If there's like, are there walls?
through the
or-
gaps in the crenellations,
Through the
there's a
gaps
wide
in the
enough one. Yeah,
crenellations.
just
Okay.
about wide enough.
Okay.
Or they have to lift it up a little bit, maybe.
Are there any pain deer up there now?
There are 4.
They got up there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which four pain deer are the ones that are
Yeah.
up there?
It was Crippler, Stabber, Drowner, and Critsum.
Critsum's my
Oh,
favorite
Critson.
still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad he's still alive.
Yeah, I am
Yep.
too. I would like to take my great axe and I would like to attack the reins. I want to try to chop those so that there's no way for the pain deer to actually pull this to
Okay.
hook up or anything like
Okay.
that. So
Roll it.
fucking crit fail.
Woo. You take a swing, and you're about to come down on the rein when suddenly your axe is kicked aside by a new, much bigger pain deer that comes running down from the heavens. And you hear Hans yelling, "Brutolf, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" And you notice that this reindeer has like a burning fire on its nose, like the little candy that would be a nose is just a huge ball of fire. And it takes its
Brutolf.
position
Oh,
right at the
no.
top of right at the front of the sleigh order.
Does it look like Brutolf could pull the sleigh by himself, or
Yeah. How much bigger?
yeah?
Like real reindeer sized.
Okay.
Yeah. Ylka.
I'm gonna shove the cookie in my mouth and hit the bell and jump up into the air and try to fly towards the roof.
You heal 2 health from
Sweet.
the cookie. And you make it up to the roof.
Can I still do anything?
If you have any like free actions, or the bonus action is your dash, so that would be the rest of your turn. You can say something, or
Scoot, do you still have bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna give some to Lark while I'm at it
totally
and
same
sing.
Carol of the Bells, or
Yeah, kind of like the it's that big opening chime chord in the beginning of Mariah Carey's or Zariah. We probably can't mention. I don't want a lot for Christmas, and it just like boom, and it resonates through your whole system.
I start to hum along.
Krampus rolls over downstairs. Okay. Next, Hans lunges forward and tries to attack you with his fists.
Okay.
Get you out of the way, Scoot, basically. He attacks you twice. Oop, first one's a 16. Second one's a 15.
Both hit.
All right. You take 7 and 6 damage as these shockingly strong unarmed blows pummel you.
So it's 7, is that a 3 or a 4 for halved?
It would be a
Round down?
3. Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
6 damage total.
And as he does that, he says, "Zippy-ki-yay, motherfucker."
My line, bitch.
No, that's the wrong person.
Well, now it's your turn for the comeback, right?
All right.
Lark, you go first, though.
I go first?
Yes.
Oh, it's already my turn again?
Yep.
Nice. I'm going for Gruber, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's engaged with Scoot. I'm going to keep doing what works and try to come up on him with my rapier and my dagger offhand.
Okay.
Oh, nat 20!
Oh.
So 26, does that hit?
I think it might.
Okay, great.
So that was a nat 20. So
It was
you,
a nat 20.
so you get to double up your sneak.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's the end of this session.
I get to double everything, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you
so
double
yeah,
your damage
yeah.
and your sneak, everything but your bonus.
You have Bardic Inspiration too if you didn't factor that in.
I did not factor that in. Okay. All right, so that's going to be a 12 plus 14, 19. So 38 with the rapier. And then
And a slow picking of the teeth with the dagger.
my
for the
dagger, if I roll again for attack, I got a 22 there. Thank God I switched dice. And then that one is a 4 of 4.
All right. You don't even get to the second attack because your first blow, like magically, angrily knocks him off the sleigh and towards the side of the tower, like into one of the crenellations, where he slumps over, almost unconscious. He like lets out a gasp and seems like he's winded, and is totally unable. He's incapacitated, basically. Like he's still conscious but unable to fight.
Scoot, yell your comeback!
You're all off initiative at this point. So what would you like to do?
I look expectantly at Scoot.
Oh, time to test out these boots.
I thought you were going to say something witty
I
here.
got nothing.
Oh, man.
I'm near death. I just want this to be done.
What's happening with Doomdolf? No, what was it?
Brudolf?
Brudolf, yeah.
He's just hanging out on the reins.
Oh,
He's-
really?
Yeah.
He
They're-
came down and was just
They're
chill.
super passive.
It's
Okay,
like,
I
oh,
thought they were like,
hey,
wait a
guys.
second, the pain deer are not aggressive towards us?
Well, he was ready to help Hans, but now Hans is kind of not directing the show anymore, and so he's just like idling.
Oh, good.
basically. Yeah.
Is so he's unconscious, Gruber, but not dead, or Zuber? What's
He's
his
not
name? I
unconscious.
forgot.
He's slowly pushing himself up. Like he's very bloodied, and kind of bracing himself against the crenellation. He's muttering to himself in a wistful manner. He's saying, "You're just like all the rest."
Wait. Okay, now I'm forgetting. This isn't Hans Zuber, right? This is not the Zuber
No,
family.
von
Okay.
Gruber.
Von Gruber. Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, I'll approach
Of
Von
the,
Gruber.
he mentions that of the von Gruber clan,
Okay.
they cast me out.
The Von Grubers cast you out?
Yeah, they didn't like my pain deer. They thought it was frivolous.
Oh.
And now you've destroyed them anyways.
Well, we saved some.
Yeah, not all of them.
Kritsum's still here.
alive, yeah.
He's the best one.
I think we're gonna probably take him.
Take him.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
what I was thinking possibly. So if I have a couple questions for you, Mr. Hans.
While this is going on, I'm thumbing through packages.
Okay. It's full of amazing gadgets and
Yeah,
trinkets and,
and
toys.
and I'm just
What was
I'm just sort of just going on, not even listening anymore. Just this seems neat.
winding
I
them up?
don't even need one of these. I'm taking
You
it.
hear the bell ring downstairs a few times as you're doing this.
I start grabbing things faster.
And then from the hole, the four dwarves plop onto the roof with you. Gorge and Nabi and Zuzu and Zaka.
I'm over by Brudolf, scritching his ears.
Mm-hmm. He accepts it blithely.
Mr. Gruber, what were you?
Bows his
Why
head.
did you take all of the toys? And the gadgets. What were you going to do with them?
Yeah, what were you gonna do with them? As I'm shoving them into my bag of holding.
He says, "Look, I was never able to have a family of my own, so until you came along, I thought that maybe I could at least have 20% of one here. The rest of my clan thinks I'm dead anyways, so I thought I could just disappear into the woods.
That's not how families work, Mr. Hans.
What would you know?
That's a really good question, actually. But but here's what I would like to say. I would like to invite you into my Solstice family. And then I really cautiously give him a careful hug on the crenellations
Okay.
as he's leaning against the
Dagger
crenellations.
pointed towards his back, just in case.
I do keep my hand towards my dagger, but I don't draw
He's
it.
completely stiff. He doesn't know how to react to this, and as you hug him, you feel that he is ice cold to the touch everywhere.
Ylka, can I
His
borrow
fangs
the
have crystallized.
fleece?
I
Does Grandma have
go
it?
back over. Grandma came up, right? She pushed
Yes.
the bell.
She plopped on the rooftop with some cookies.
I go over to Grandma and say, "We need to borrow the fleece for a hot minute."
Of course, that's the point of it.
And I take it over and I wrap it around Mr. Hans's shoulders, and I give him just a gentle snuggle on the shoulders.
And all the ice that was on his face, the tears that were frozen, and the ice on his fangs begins to melt. And he softens into the two of you, Ylka and Lark, as you're hugging him and wrapping him up. And he starts to cry, warm tears, and says, "Thank you. Thank you." Yippee-ki-yay. I'm so sorry. I hope I haven't hurt anyone too much.
Ilka's bleeding from both shoulders in multiple places.
Okay,
I've taken 36 points of damage.
the syrup and the candy canes kind of sealed the wounds. It's all good.
Oh, okay. I'm feeling great. Scoot, how are you doing over there?
I got beaten up by a bunch of cookies.
He says, look, the pain deer, they're not just for show or for battle. They actually have healing properties. Try some. Try the gumdrop teeth. Brudolf, if you'd be so kind. And Brudolf kneels down with and puts his head down, and Hans plucks out a couple gumdrops and gives them to you.
Yeah, eat the pain deer's teeth, Scoot.
This is weird even for me. I say as it's gumming up my teeth.
And it's delicious. And each one heals you about 2 HP as you eat them.
Cool. How many did I
They're
have?
like good berries.
2? All right.
Something like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How is the family doing?
Well, they're looking over what's left in the sleigh right now, and they're talking to each other. And they're like, it's solstice now, but it's still night. If we flew around the countryside, we could get these gifts delivered before it's too late.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
If Brudolf's up for it.
I'm next to Brudolf, and I'm just like experimentally testing his fur to see if it comes off like candy floss and if I can eat it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Willy Wonka's lab. Like, everything's edible.
Yeah, I'm just over there like gently nomming the fur off his ears in like the least sexual way possible.
This is also somehow disturbing to me.
Yeah, but he's okay with it.
Does it heal
pain
me?
deer thing. It does, yeah.
Yes.
Also, as soon as I hear deliver all these presents, I go, and I start grabbing presents out of the bag of holding and putting them back on the thing.
I start loudly singing solstice carols to distract everyone from Scoot's thieving ways.
Silent night. And the
Louder.
dwarves all hop into the sleigh, and the remaining pain deer get ready to go. Hans ambles over, wrapped up in the fleece of Navidad still.
Fleece of Navidad.
And what do you do? Anything else, or do you want to take off?
I have the dwarves left.
No, they're waiting for you. They're
Yeah.
ready to go.
Do they need our help? Is that what they're waiting for, or
Do we
they're
need to
just
take them?
waiting for us?
They've been over the last couple minutes. They went back downstairs, checked to see which toys were still functional down there, brought some back up. They're getting it all bundled down. It's ready to go.
I'll go over to Gorge and shake his hand. Yeah, I'll just shake his hand. Looks like you have your daughter back, Mr. Bailey Brew.
Thank you, he says. Before you arrived, I was beginning to wish I'd never been born. But this has clearly been a turn for the better. We should be off before we run out of time.
Well, before that happens, I fly down to Krampus
Yes,
just to make sure he's really dead.
he is really
Really
truly dead.
All right.
Quite sincerely
Just
dead.
kind of pat him down, see if he's got anything. Probably not. And then in the spirit of Zismus, or this is, I take the
Solstice.
Solstice. I take his horn out and I put it back on. And then I fly back out.
Okay. And as you do that, it's like it completes a sort of spell, and the Krampus and his sack start to wither and turn to like a sort of a goo and then a dust, and then they kind of start to blow away into snowflakes.
I just snapped him out.
Mm-hmm. It's like the curse is lifted.
Yep.
Whatever was keeping him there.
And I fly back up.
When they blow away, is that through the door or through the window?
Through the door. The ajar door. True. What?
All right, you two pixies, out you go. Through the door, through the window.
Thank you. I didn't have a Home Alone. That's what's Home Alone, right?
Oh,
No,
that's
that's
God damn
yes.
that's Wonderful
It's
Life.
the same.
When the barkeep throws
Ah.
Clarence and George out there.
Saying I was thinking through the windows, through the walls.
Couple decades before that one.
All
Well,
right.
goodbye, Mr. Bailey Brew.
And over the course of goodbye,
Oh, I thought you were taking.
they're inviting you to go with them.
Oh, I see.
There's
I
room
thought.
in the sleigh.
Okay, I hop in the sleigh.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Can I ride Brudolf?
Yes.
I'm gonna jump on Brudolph's.
Happy
Does he have a saddle?
No.
I'm just gonna bareback
You're
Brudolph.
barebacking it?
Yeah.
Getting
Roll
that
animal
fur-
handling just to
Oh,
see how it goes.
Jesus. Animal handling.
Animal.
This is like our second animal handling roll we've had in a year.
13.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. It goes relatively well. The sleigh and the magic of it kind of keeps things pretty level. So even though you're flying around,
I'm gonna cast dancing lights, so the four of them make a little like harness around him, and he glows with light.
Mm-hmm.
I am spending this time continuing to try to repackage these gifts in the way that Scoot actually knows pretty well about how you cut the tape and you delicately unfold just to see what it. But no, I'm trying to redo that work so that people don't know that these have been mishandled.
As you're doing
Riffled
that,
through.
Zuzu, the little red curly-haired dwarf, gives you a little gift.
Ooh.
Scoot. She says,
Thank you for helping us.
Is it Krampus's horn? I hope it's Krampus's
No,
horn.
it's my favorite of my inventions this year. You see, I
Ooh.
make some of them.
Ooh, really? What you
My
got?
dad lets me.
it's a gift. She gives it to you. It's wrapped.
Thank you. I make a show of trying to guess what it is. I rattle. I take it to my ear and I
Don't
shake.
rattle it too hard.
Oh shit! It's a bomb. She gave me a bomb. Okay, so I delicately unwrap it.
Okay. And inside the box is a little. It's the same sort of little glass dolphin that she was playing with before, but it's glass and metal, so it's kind of got segments.
Nice.
Holding it together, and it kind of floats in the box, like it's not even touching anything. It's this little 6-inch dolphin.
I got a hovering steampunk dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says, it just reminds me of you. I'm not sure why.
I don't get it either.
But anyway,
Some reason dolphins like me.
you saved our solstice, and whoosh, over the rooftops in the countryside, you fly around, and over each, there's little clusters of dwarven settlements all around. And as you fly, roll perception.
Which one of these dice has not screwed me over tonight?
10.
13.
8. I'm oblivious on the horse.
Scoot, as the longest running water Davian of the group, you recognize the terrain a little bit
Yeah.
as you're flying around. You notice like the mountain near the sea, which is where the Palace of Waterdeep is.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing there now. It's just there's woods and mountain tops. You notice the half moon shape of the Waterdeep harbor as you're flying around.
Cool.
The snow and the fog kind of clear now that Krampus is dead. And every dwarf family that you stop by is very grateful to see you, and they all wish you a happy solstice. And you make your way around what looks like the terrain that would be Waterdeep. Even though there's no city there, just some dwarves. And you make your way back towards the Bailey Brew hamlet as the sun rises in the east. Do any of you have anything you want to say or do before you get there?
Merry solstice to all.
As you land by their big tree, interestingly enough, it seems like the spirits of Solstice Past have decorated the tree now. So there's like little hats hanging off the branches and some ornamentation, some tinsel. But standing by the riverbank with a beam of bright green light shooting out of her hand is a small halfling.
Yes.
Which you recognize as Zay. Pulling, thrashing from the river, this massive tentacled beast with a huge jaw like a lamprey. It's maybe 30 feet long, and it's thrashing around and smashing the ice, and she's pulling it from the water with one hand clenched, like grabbing it towards her magically, and she throws it onto the land.
Holy shit.
Casually almost, and with her other hand kind of waves to you as you're landing and says, "Hello, friends."
Say!
There doesn't seem to be any hint of recognition, though. She just says hello to you. And then she clenches her fist. And as she does so, this massive gray tentacle monster kind of like squishes and condenses and begins to transform. And over the course of maybe 20 seconds, it wraps up into a tighter and tighter and tighter sphere until it plunks down in her hand as this small avocado-sized stone. Do any of you react to that as it's happening?
I think I gasp.
When did Zay turn into a badass?
When did if we're in the past, then like Scoot was pointing out that was where Waterdeep would be in the future, but Zay made the Stone of Golorr. That doesn't, or maybe
Out of a lamprey?
But maybe the stone is a crushed version of one of those, because we got that clue earlier on about the deep sea monsters making the Stone of Golorr, having some connection to it, which I could remember exactly if I went back and reviewed a previous episode.
And about that point in your explanation, as you mumble your way through all the theory of what this thing could possibly be, time freezes around you, and you hear an echoing voice behind you on the sleigh. Two voices. One says, "A merry solstice to all, and to all a good night." In return to you, Ylka. And time freezes, except for the three of you, and the stone kind of like floats off of Zay's hand. And as you're standing there kind of around it, you all kind of lift off the ground, and the world starts to spin around you slowly at first, and then picking up speed faster and faster and faster. And as you're floating above this hamlet and up into the sky again, you see time begin to pass super quickly. And so this little hamlet grows and then gets burnt down and then grows again. And the river kind of makes a canyon and sinks down into the ground further and further and further. And then the forest is leveled and a small fortress is built. And then the fortress burns down and dragons kind of come and go and flick out of existence super fast. And this city kind of rises and falls bigger and bigger and bigger where these hamlets used to be. And then all of a sudden, punk, 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 these 9 giant stone figures are like parked on top of this city as it grows and grows and grows. And over the course of maybe a minute of your time, the city of Waterdeep flourishes into existence underneath you. At the same time, you start to move over the city laterally, and you make your way towards the Zakastomi Tower, which quickly crumbles out of existence as time goes by. And there's only a small ruin of a tower. And then below it, there's this hole that kind of seems to be carved out by the dwarves. And this hole kind of goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And you get the sense that there's this sort of dwarven culture that built downwards while the city went upwards.
Ooh.
And the three of you swirl your way into this hole. You drop maybe 50 feet into darkness until you land and the world stops spinning. And before you is this huge stone door with 3 rings along the seam that seem to be locking it in place. In front of you floats this green stone, the Stone of Golorr. And on it are these 3 circles, which open into eyeballs, and these eyeballs glow with a bright turquoise light. And it slowly rotates in the air in front of you to face these 3 rings. And as the light from the stone's 3 eyes hit these 3 rings, they turn and shunk into place. And these huge stone doors slowly open. And then you wake up in the cell of the Waterdeep prison in the Docks Ward once again, where you were before, without your weapons. With the stone floating in between the 3 of you, and then it kind of clunk, 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 clatters to the ground. And Zay is still asleep.
Did we recognize the tunnel that we went down into with the big door in it?
You recognize by location, based on where you were in the city as it was rising and falling.
Is it the yawning portal?
No.
Oh.
It is northeast of the yawning portal. Very much near the same location as Troll Skull Alley, actually.
Of course it is.
Yeah, and it was kind of unclear because everything was swirling around and round and round you, and things were rising and falling and rising and falling. So you're not sure which building exactly, but it seems like it's underground somewhere in the area. So, and you all silently look at each other as the stone kind of stops humming and settles on the ground.
All right, now it's my turn to grab it.
Do you grab it?
Yes.
Okay, nothing happens. It seems like it's just inert.
Well,
you feel a faint as you hold it. Actually, you notice the 3 rings where the eyes are empty. They're like empty eye sockets. So it's a stone without eyeballs.
Did we use up the 3 visions?
Were there eyeballs there before, or does the stone look
In
like...
the vision, there were 3 that opened and then shot this turquoise light to the door that made it open.
But before
yeah.
before we held it for our individual visions, were there ever, like, before we saw in the vision
eyes were
with the-
closed, so it wasn't really clear. They were like closed eyelids, 3 of them.
So now they're open, and it's obvious they're empty.
Yes.
I'm going to quick inspect my shoulder and see if it's stitched up with tinsel.
It is not. It's healthy.
I'm going to look for a glass and metal dolphin in the bag of holding.
It seems like there's one in there, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Bag of holdings.
I'm gonna see if I have wings still.
Maybe like in your heart of hearts you do.
Yeah. So disappointed.
And that's where we'll call it tonight. Yes.
That was awesome.
Twin Portals is produced and edited by Scott Hebert. This holiday adventure was created by our Dungeon Master, Matthias Valero, and the rest of the Silver Waves of Justice are played by Kinder Carlson, Beth Brophy, and Justin Peck. If you're interested in talking to us about any sort of nerdy stuff, books, movies, TV shows, games, come join us in our Discord server. The link is in the description for this episode, as well as on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. When you're not listening to SWOJ, we'd appreciate it if you gave some love to our friends at the Nearest Stars, Horror Rewind, and Take It With You. This activity is made possible in part by the voters of Minnesota through a grant from the Arrowhead Regional Arts Council, thanks to a legislative appropriation from the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Thank you to Leeland Campana for use of his song Avernum as our theme song. Thank you to the Renegade Theater Company, Teatro Zacconi, and Mary Fox for supporting us and giving us a place to record. And most of all, thank you for listening to Twin Portals. You keep a lot of weird shit in your head.
Have you met Beth?
I have. And I'm still astonished. The amount of weird shit she managed to
It's
keep in her
all
head.
awesome weird shit.
Man, that's...
You know, when I was younger, it was a nigh eidetic memory, and I think there's just been so many head traumas through the years. I might actually be closer to normal now.